Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday. That's right, July 21st, 2026. My name is Jeff Bacalar. You're listening to the Giant Bombcast. Hope you are doing well on this Tuesday morning, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for joining us. Man, you talk about people joining us. Do we have a crew assembled for you? I'm not joking. This one's gonna be an actual dumpster fire disaster.
What?
Isn't that right?
What the hell?
Mike, the Cleveland streamer, Minotti.
Oh, I think you all noticed earlier, but I'm dragging today. We got this though. We could do it. I believe in us.
I believe in you,
Dragging
Mike.
ass and also cigarettes, I guess. Dan Reichert, how are you, pal?
I have no interest in cigarettes. It seems like a bad idea. I don't think I'm going to get into it in my 40s like my father did. And I am curious why Mike Minotti is dragging.
That's right. You're a skull man. That's right.
No,
Skull man.
no. Well, I drank some of that accidentally, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that maybe on another time, another day, another show, another place.
That's very gross. I don't like that one bit.
Sean McDowell, Turbo Sean, how are you?
Here's Johnny. That's the only thing I could think of when he did that intro, man. Like that's all I got out of that.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Your name's Sean.
Yeah, your name's Sean. John? Who's John?
Well, that originally was going to be my name, and then they decided to lean into the Irish side.
How do you know that? You don't know that. Come on.
My mom told me.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How do I know that? I talked to my parents? What a concept.
Get out of here.
No way to
Nobody
know.
talks to their fucking parents. Look, this person has been campaigning to join this program for no less than 7 years. Making
There's a
his
bombathon incentive. He gave a bunch of money.
That's right. You too can donate your way into an appearance on the program.
We should have let fans on the show. Bro.
You're right. Never. He's gonna regret it because when you meet your heroes, you're nothing but disappointed. The one, the only Ben Hansen on the program today. How are you, Ben?
Doing great. What a setup. It's going to be a dumpster fire. This guy's reeks of desperation. It's an honor to be here.
I did not say reek of desperation. Perhaps there's a whiff. What is it? We're wafting. We're wafting it in the air.
I was wafting. Here's where it comes from. I think last week on the MinMax show, somebody wrote in asking about like Dan Reichert says that you order cereal at restaurants. I'm like, what is this?
Wait, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
What? Check the tape. Yeah, you did.
You absolutely did.
Cereal?
You're
Wait,
the
no,
worst
no,
source
seriously.
ever.
This is one of those things where people say it and it sounds realistic, so everyone just assumes it's true. I've never said you order cereal at restaurants, right?
No, that's exactly what you said. You said that sounds like something Ben Hansen would do.
Oh,
and
okay.
you all had a good
Sounds like
chuckle.
something you would do. Sounds
Completely
like something
different.
Sure, that's fair.
Completely different.
That's
to be-
fair. That's
And
fair.
to be fair, the joke it was a good joke. It was like a thing that we all kind of believe. But I don't look at you and see a cereal orderer. Like I don't necessarily see that.
Thank you so much, Dan. Don't finish that sentence any other way. But when it comes to Bombcast, so I was talking about it because I looked it up. I have been referenced. And I know this is so narcissistic, but listening to it, I feel like my name comes up all the time. And it's usually some story from 2011 that Dan has mangled through time. He cannot remember last week. You expect this guy to report accurately on something said, more than a decade ago?
Let's just go yes or no here, Ben. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say that when the Wii U launched, Tank was better than Super Mario Brothers?
Incorrect. The night that we played Wii U launch stuff, I said we had more fun playing Tank than New Super Mario Brothers. I'd say there's a distinction there, sir.
There's a
Dan,
distinction.
you misremember a lot of stuff. With all due respect, like you do.
Yeah.
I stand by. I think the one I've repeated the most is the aggro thing, and I do stand by that. Like Hanson, I think you said that. You may have backtracked, but at one point you did say.
Let's say,
most
what was
interesting. Some people misquote me and say that, Dan says that Ben said he's the best character ever. Nope, you never said that. You said most interesting.
check the tape on Giant Bomb's history. You've argue that Ben Hansen argues that Aggro's the best written video game character of all time. The horse from Shadow of the Colossus.
Hey, if you're searching transcripts, find the part where I said that.
That makes you sound pretty dumb, Ben.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
I said best written. I did not say that. I find it and I will submit that. Like, oh, I was wrong.
Yeah, you wonder why I describe this as a dumpster fire. Look, we're not. What are we? 6 minutes into this program, and you guys are arguing about the fucking horse from Shadow of the Colossus already?
Oh, that's a pretty cool horse.
It's
a
the best
cool horse.
My argument back in the day was the character I cared the most about in a game. When Aggro got hurt, I would feel it, I would wince, and I still think that is a totally fair argument.
That's like my favorite game of all time, and I couldn't give two shits about that horse.
Well, then you're dead inside, Bacalar. I don't know what to tell you. When that horse falls, you're like,
I love horses.
What's going on later? What's on TV?
And I love horses. I love horses. I do. They're majestic animals. They're amazing animals.
Right.
But it's a video game. It's a video ass game with like.
Hansen's right on this one.
No empathy allowed. It's a video game.
I care about video game people. I can't care about video game horses though.
Really? So any animals in a game, you're like, those are pixels.
No,
pixels.
Dogs. I care about video game dogs.
Horses are so close to dogs. They're just kind of dogs that you can ride.
I mean, it's just, look, again, this is no disrespect to horses. I love horses. I don't know if I've cared about a video game cat, if we're really splitting hairs here.
Well, of course, they don't have souls.
I don't care about the real ones. I'm not going to give a shit about the video game ones.
Jesus Christ.
Look, this isn't about me. This isn't about me. It's about you, listener.
My eyes got wet in a movie. My eyes got wet in a movie this weekend. It happened. I felt emotions, and I had to, like, get my hands under my eyes and do one of these guys.
From the
Odyssey.
Because of the dog. Because of the dog.
Oh, the dog got you.
That little part, I thought it was a really sweet part.
Of course it did. It's very sweet. It's nice. It's cute.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was like, oh, man. I kind of, yeah.
No one has seen that movie, so stop. Listen. We're not talking about the Odyssey.
He's mad about it being woke. Yeah.
Exactly. It's fucking ridiculous. Hollywood used to be about the movies.
It's like one of the best movies I've ever seen. Hanson, we haven't talked about it yet. Are you? It seems like a Hanson movie.
I'm not a huge Nolan guy, but I'm a big Odyssey guy. And so I absolutely love it.
You're a big Odyssey guy?
Yeah, man, I freaking loved it. It's like one of the few books I feel like we read in school where I was like, this rules.
I read it. Yeah. I read it multiple times. Sure. Right. Yeah. In grade school. Yeah.
See, it was awesome not knowing what was going to happen and it just being one cool ass thing that happens after another. It's like, now we're dealing with a Cyclops. Now there's these weird giants. Now there's these ladies on a rock. Now it's like everything was fucking awesome.
Isn't it funny how it's just like there's an entire sequence in that movie and the book where it's like, run away, get back in the boat, get your legs in the boat as fast as you can. Yeah. It's over and over again. But oh my God, that Cyclops scene freaking rules. The sounds it makes.
Yeah, felt bad for that thing. They were kind of a dick to him.
Yeah, no kidding.
They just ate his cheese right away without asking.
Yeah, that was weird.
How long is Nolan's The Odyssey?
It's a little shy of 3.
Yeah,
20
it's
years?
an appropriate length for. I mean, you can't make the Odyssey much shorter than that.
No, of course.
It doesn't drag. It just moves and moves and moves, and by the time you get to the third act, you're like, oh, I am way in for whatever happens here.
No, it's exciting. It's exciting. I'll get around to seeing it. I don't have the desire to like run out and see films day one anymore. Like
we know you hate the theater. You know you find it disgusting to sit in a seat that other people have sat in.
I think that's part of it, Mikey. The fact that I have to share ass space with normies is revolting in a way I cannot put into words.
Now, Backlight, there are horses in the film, and I don't want you to boo at the screen, so you need to be fully warned.
But those are presumably real stunt horses. I get my kicks off chumming up with like real horse actors. That brings me great joy.
Right. Okay.
I respect them as actors.
If they show me their SAG card, then I'll talk to them.
Yeah, exactly. Once they're legitimate and have a purpose, I give a shit.
Okay, I get it.
But like I said, we are talking to our audience and we want to tell them about all of the delightful things that they can enjoy by becoming a Giant Bomb Premium member. Isn't that right, Michael Minotti?
That is absolutely correct. You should all go to giantbomb.com/join, become a premium member. It helps support us, helps make sure that all of this can keep going. It also gets you access to exclusive premium only shows, including This Is the Run Sewer Shark, where I am attempting to beat the Sega CD classic Sewer Shark in a single run. 9 lives of Mr. Mistopheles, our fun Skyrim modded challenge run, is also going live. We got some new stuff being worked on right now, including that very special Blight Club series with Jerf as Cat Jerf Man, right? Cat Jerf Man playing Catwoman for the GameCube. Boy, everybody, you are not going to want to miss that for the game and the costume. It's incredible.
Good. It's a good video game. I'm enjoying every second of it. It's fun, aren't we? Having fun?
Oh yeah, we are. We are kind of mad at ourselves for letting you kind of play this fun bad video game while we have done nothing but suffer through some of the most abhorrent, difficult, vague pieces of shit imaginable.
Look, I'm not a big suffer guy, you know. I'm
what?
a
That's
big,
your whole gimmick.
No, not me suffering. You know, so I want it easy and breezy.
Horses suffering.
Yeah, I want to see horses and cats in pain constantly.
I got it.
And me, I want to be on easy street.
And when Geller had an easy one, it's just like, we put ourselves through hell, and we're very good to our guests.
We should have played Jumper. We should have played Catwoman.
Yeah, I guess joke's on you, Giant Bomb premium voting community. You picked the fucking winner for me.
Well, I tell you what, you picked the game with the right costume, and you're going to want to see that as well. It's incredible. So we also have other premium shows that are all they're done, but that means they live in premium forever now, like Marry Me Tomodachi and Portal Pals, all sorts of fun stuff. This is the run. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So yes, all sorts of great premium content. Then, now, in the future. I didn't want to say the thing like they do. I just realized that I was doing there, Dan.
Sure.
All right, that's the pitch for premium. Please do that so that we happy.
Mike,
wow.
What's happening
Holy cow, that sucked.
Wow. Okay, look, I know we didn't even talk about Grub and Jen not being around, but man, I know
they might
that
be
they
more present than Mike.
They probably felt that.
Memorable pitch.
They felt
What's going on with you, Mike?
A disturbance.
It's nothing exciting. I just had to work a lot yesterday, and then I got up. I was working on the Splatoon review and like 5 other things yesterday, and then I also got up early to make sure went up live and it was fine. And then my one thing I did for myself to relax yesterday was play Elden Ring on my stream, and of course I met several difficult bosses, and I can't stop until I beat the boss I'm on. So I was up 2 hours later than I expected to on that, just throwing myself against Malekith.
It's the teacher's fault that I was doing my homework on the bus, actually.
That was the one thing. Everything else was work, okay? The one thing that was my fault was that.
So this was you staying up late streaming yourself playing a hard boss in Elden Ring.
I was staying up streaming. I was staying up late working, and then I also did a little bit of Elden Ring, but it was 90% work, okay, and 10% Elden Ring.
I feel like that review could have been done on Saturday or something.
And it
no,
sounds
because I didn't beat that game yet.
Well, look, I get it. So these are all self-inflicted L's, is what you're describing.
All of them. Thank you, Mike, for playing through Splatoon Raiders and getting that review done. Thank you for taking the initiative on that thing. For getting a quick. No, not that.
Hey,
just
Mike.
What?
Let me lower you in some healing waters. I was thinking of you peacefully and happily recently, where I stumbled across on YouTube this documentary about the creation of Disneyland called Handcrafted. And it was a lovely documentary, and I thought of your wonderful tour you brought me on through Disneyland. That one time we went there and recorded it for Min-Max. And so I was thinking of your knowledge of history, buddy.
I do like Disney.
I'm
trying to it's like the Hulk. I'm trying to calm him down. Easy, big fella. Here we go.
You diffused the situation.
Yeah. Oop, Eworks' granddaughter directed it. It was really a cool documentary.
Guys, Ben diffused the situation, and here's me pouring more fucking kerosene on it. Mike!
Yes.
Mike, it sounds like you're just upset that you had normal human waking hours. Is
that
what happened? Is that what happened?
Not the Achilles heel, dude. Too far.
Yeah, you're kicking a dead horse.
Does anybody else have more kindling for the fire? For the fire! I'm honestly doing it just to
by the fire here.
Don't make look. You guys are already sure. What if I suddenly get a tummy ache? Let's see how you all do. Huh? Remember the year without a Santa Claus? Huh? You all ready for a week without Mikeys?
Guys,
shit.
Where's Jan? Where's Grub?
Okay, we'll address that. Mikey, you know I love you. Grub is out on assignment. Emphasis on the ass. And Jan, we hope, returns very soon to us. We love you, Jan. And you know what I heard today, friends? I heard from a little birdie that today Giant Bomb is turning 18 years old.
Wow.
Today.
What is the marker? Is it like the first video posted? Is it like
the website went live?
The website went
for
live.
real?
Okay.
Yeah, I checked Wikipedia, where, by the way, I'm still not listed, but Chuck is apparently, and so I need to see what that date signified as when the website launched.
Wow.
That just means Chuck is editing the Wikipedia. That's all that means.
No, apparently because he has a LinkedIn page and I don't. That's what the person editing the Wikipedia page goes.
Therefore, you're notable. So let's go. What can Giant Bomb do now that it's 18 years old? It can
smoke.
Well, it can
drink
pay
in some
taxes.
countries.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah,
It
it
can
can
vote.
It can get drafted, but it can't vote. Does that make no sense?
No, it can vote. It's the
Here he
drinking.
goes again.
It can't.
Oh, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it could it could needlessly die in endless wars.
Right.
Right.
It can porn.
It can porn. Congratulations.
It can porn.
And that's why it's porn week here at Giant Bomb.
I can sing.
I do think the most important thing is that it can buy a delicious, tasty pack of cigarettes.
Oh no.
Yeah, baby.
No, gross. Oh, you're gonna get in trouble again. People don't know you were joking sometimes, and there's threads.
I'm
I
not
see
joking.
Them, like
Everyone
they
should
be talking
smoke
about
cigarettes.
No!
I'm kidding. Of course you shouldn't smoke, you dumbass motherfucker. Not you, people out there, Mike, you're not a dumbass motherfucker. Whoa, Sean.
Moving on.
Clearly you
Glob's not
shouldn't.
here. I have to, insert those here and there.
Clearly you should not smoke cigarettes. I'm not saying you shouldn't smoke anything else. I'm just saying you should not smoke cigarettes. Right,
Eat
Dan?
them. Stop being a coward.
Just put all 20 in your mouth and eat them.
I have eaten more than I have smoked. That's not a lie.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm not phased by that. That's the fucking problem. He says that. I'm like, yeah.
Wait a
No, I
minute.
have for a video in high school, and I'd never smoke them, but I ate a bowl of them with milk on it, like it was cereal.
Yeah, that tracks. Wait,
Yeah.
did they raise the age of cigarettes to 21?
Really?
Is that so?
That's
I
what
was
someone
gonna
in
say, I
chat just
thought
said. William,
At least
are you
in
lying?
some states, it's higher, right?
That's interesting.
Wow. Huh.
And they
Dan-
lowered it in a couple others, I bet.
Dan, I
So
assume
Ben-
you're in the same camp of like, I've never smoked, I don't want to smoke, but if you had to smoke one cigarette or like world records holders smoke like 100 cigarettes in your mouth, which one would you go for?
I mean, Ben, the amount of times I think about the time Homer was on the news and the only file photo they had was him with like 100 cigarettes in his mouth, and how funny that is to me that's his file photo. I am definitely just recreating that photo.
Yeah.
I want to say I saw a band once where the lead singer ate a bunch
Foxy
of cigarettes.
Shazam.
Foxy Shazam. Exactly.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my
Ben,
God,
we saw
why?
them together, right?
No,
First Avenue?
but no, it's actually crazy. Like back in 2005, we convinced them to drive to St. Cloud, Minnesota, and they put on a show at a coffee shop, and it was literally just like me and 7 of my friends, and it was like the best show I've ever seen in my life because they went all out. And it was like right at the start. It was like right when their first CD launched, I think, and it was like
They were doing all the gimmicks and everything, like all the
yeah. I remember
wow.
at a certain point he stuck a clothes hanger between his legs and then like
Eric
fucked
Nally?
a fan. Yeah, fucked a fan on stage, and the clothes hanger was like getting caught in there and stuff. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
a
This is a great show.
fan, like a rotary fan.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, to be very clear.
Oh.
That's a very
That should
important
be
distinction.
cleared up.
I was about to
yeah.
say, not an
Like,
admirer.
Which of the 7 friends? Like,
And then,
was it
and then-
Ronnie?
and then he had that really popular song with Macklemore, right? The Downtown song.
That's right. Yeah. Shot in Spokane, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Good band. It's weird. I think about them a lot in terms of like they had the layup of the century thanks to James Gunn.
With
you
the
know?
Peacemaker thing, right?
Right. And the fact that they're like the in-universe band for the DCU now because they're in
I didn't know
Superman.
that.
It's like, yeah, so like the credits theme for the Superman movie is them. And then they released like a new album like just after Superman came out. Yeah, and it wasn't that good. I was like, oh my God, you were
honestly,
there.
I'll be perfectly honest. I feel like that Church of Rock and Roll album was amazing, and then I don't think they've been really able to match it. But that's okay. It's hard. Art is hard.
I think I saw them open for the Darkness at First Avenue. That's
too much of that. That's too much of that.
That flavor, it's just a little too much.
You can't do that. You got to mix it up a little bit.
Sure,
Too much of that. I like Justin Hawkins too. All right. Well, listen. I think it's time to probably pivot into video games. What do you guys think?
Okay.
We do that.
All right, let's do it. Let's pivot.
Whoa, whoa.
Pivot on your back foot.
Whoa, dude. Mike Minotti.
Mike Minotti? What do you do? Okay, I guess we're going to start with Mike Minotti. Tell us about Splatoon Raiders.
Hey, I reviewed this video game. My review is up now on GiantBomb.com.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah,
Mike, thanks for doing that.
You're welcome.
You did a great job. Burning the midnight oil.
You're right. I don't need
Jesus
thanks.
Christ.
That's just my job. Come on, guys. Appreciate it though. So written review on GiantBomb.com right now. This is the single player focus spin-off for the Splatoon series, which I've liked the single player campaigns in the Splatoon games before. They all have had them. 2 and 3 even had expansions that gave you more of them. They've always been these really good avenues for creativity. They always have like really interesting level designs, a good mixture of, the Splatoon mechanics of combat with some puzzles and platforming and kind of expanding on its own mechanics with all the ink stuff and like, oh, you got to splat here to go there, stuff like that. Raiders is much more just focused on combat, right? It is, you could call it a looter shooter. And that's probably pretty fair. It is, you go to these levels, you are just kind of running around and shooting enemies like crazy and getting materials and upgrades and leveling up and new weapons. And it's a bit of a rinse and repeat thing. So, it's a satisfying loop of you go to a level, you get all this stuff, you go back to your base, and then you use it to make yourself more powerful. And there's a nice progression there. Like by the end of this game, I was like, I was constantly launching out turrets, and then I could like go into the sky and do this kind of smash move down there. A million things that made me feel super strong, getting really good weapons, and like all the ways you can tinker those gadgets to do extra abilities or yourself to have more health or blah, blah, blah. So it all feels good. I do think that it's not as interesting as some of those other campaigns that we had before, because again, because those were, because of that focus that they had on things like the puzzle elements or some of the platform stuff. Again, this is basically just the combat, and the combat's really good. It does feel kind of samey. Like towards the end, once I had beaten the campaign, Dan and I played some co-op, and he was much earlier than me, so I went to like one of the earlier levels with him. It was kind of like it was a little shocking to me how similar the things I was doing with him in that early level were to the things I was doing at the end of the game. Like
I was level 10, you were like 40 or 50, so like
I was
a huge
40.
discrepancy. Yeah,
right. So like I changed, like my character is more powerful, but like the game itself, I think one of the strengths of those other Splatoon campaigns is the level design, right? The level design is so good. In a game like this, the level design almost doesn't matter because it's kind of just move forward and kill everything, right? So,
I mean, I think there are some things, like there are parts where it's like you're going between these islands and you're surfing on a squid to kind of get there. And there's like fun little things that break up just the walking and splatting and stuff. There's like some good verticality stuff with these plants that'll launch you up and you can kind of hover on the air and everything. Like the mechanics feel good. Like running around feels good. But great. Like you said, Mike, it doesn't seem to change much. It's like seeing your character with all your like higher level stuff. It's like, well, you're kind of doing the same stuff I'm doing. You're just throwing out 2 turrets instead of 1, Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of those kind of things. There's room for character customization in that sort of thing. So that's like, that's kind of where I am. This game is fun, for sure. It didn't move me in the way that even some of the other ones, even aesthetically, the kind of desert island thing, it's kind of simple, especially when compared to these other campaigns, which, they kind of really lean into that sort of weird Splatoon post-apocalyptic towers of steel and electricity and the crazy music and everything, sort of this weird colorful rave. Here, even that is much more muted in a way that's kind of just less interesting to look at.
Are you still like painting the ground and swimming through it a lot?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you still have that, but like again, in those other campaigns, often that was kind of part of your movement and you're a platforming, like, oh, like you're gonna get to that thing, so hit this balloon so that it travels over there and then it makes ink over there so then you can jump to this platform there. Here it's much more kind of just about the movement and the defense, right? Kind of like when you're playing one of those actual like multiplayer games, or if you were playing that horde mode, you're kind of going into the ink to hide or to move around, more so to do anything more creative than that.
And you're getting like upgrades that are like, okay, you're going to get 10% more ink recovery when you're in the ink, or you're going to recover HP. So there are lots of like things you're slotting in and out, like these relics, and you can tinker with the different weapons, which like that's fun. It is like, okay, well, I love this turret, so let's make the best version of that I can. And you've got the general variety of weapons between the roll brushes and the dual wield and stuff like that. And there's a decent amount of variety, but I don't think it's a ton of stuff that we haven't seen before in Splatoon. I think I prefer this just because like I don't like online multiplayer generally in games, but like I would rather have like a single player experience. I was a little surprised that when we did co-op, it didn't really change the experience much at all. It's just like, well, now he's there too, and it's fun playing games with your friends, but like it doesn't shift up what's happening in the game at all.
And to be fair, they have positioned this as a single player game that has a co-op support, right? They're not trying to push this really as a big co-op game necessarily.
Yeah. The way they're pushing it in general is interesting, where I know it had a standalone direct, but correct me if I'm wrong, but like I don't think they ever mentioned it in a mainline Nintendo Direct or anything. It was just like a weird announcement on the Nintendo Today app or something, and then
I don't know
it wasn't until
I feel like it might have showed up.
They might have done like a teaser or something, and then they did like a more in-depth thing.
Was it?
But I think they did like a teaser where people didn't really know what it was.
Right. That's kind of thing when they first announced it. I'm like, Raiders, like, is this like an extraction shooter or like what? Right. And so it's a little bit like, okay, this is a good deal more straightforward than I thought it would be in terms of just like, go to these levels, level up so you can go to the harder levels. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. And to be clear, I think it's good. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 on our review scale. So I had a good time with it. And it's like, don't let the spin-off thing make you think it's some tiny game too. It's plenty long for one of these. I think maybe 10 to 15 hours. And then a good amount of post-game content is presented once you beat it too. I don't personally feel much of a drive to explore much of that post-game content. I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. I played the game. I rolled credits. I had a good enough time.
I think
yeah, go ahead, John.
I think Ben's onto something though, where they had their dedicated direct and everything. I feel like I haven't seen a ton of marketing for this one, and maybe it's because they know that it's not necessarily going to appeal to that core Splatoon audience. Like I'm a big Splatoon fan, and hearing Mike talk about it, it didn't actually sound that appealing to me, because what I like about Splatoon single player is the very tricky platforming that they get into with everything. And so having it be like this and be more of a straightforward shooter with those sort of survival elements, maybe they knew that like, it's not necessarily going to appeal to the Japanese audience that's really into it as much. It's not going to hit here in the West as much. So they kind of just put it out there as is.
Sean, they do have some. In fact, we recorded the quick look that'll go up on Thursday, I believe. And there are these levels where it is completely different. And it's not just kill everything within a time limit. It is, hey, you have to have this loadout. You have this gun or this ability, or you can't even shoot. You only have this one kind of bumper ability, and it's a mobility thing. And you got to like go through all of these rings to beat the level, basically. So there are platforming only levels, but there's not a ton of them.
There's not a ton of them. They never feel as, I don't know, as good as the ones that I've seen in some of the other ones. They kind of feel like more diversion-y. And like, I don't want to call this whole thing just a diversion, but it's clearly a bit of a stopgap. Like, hey, we can put this out now while we're really working on Splatoon 4, which is going to be the really big release with all of those modes in there. It's going to have the single player, it's going to have the multiplayer, it's going to have the salmon run.
Maybe this was going to be like a single player mode or like the story mode of the next one or something. And at some point they were just like, no, let's make it its own thing. And the expand alone, that's been more common nowadays. So it makes sense that they would put it out this way, even if I think it's maybe a game without a super defined audience. Is kind of just riding off the back of the Splatoon name a little bit more.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask, and then I saw in our Twitch chat, Shit and Britches had the same idea. Who exactly is this for? Now I think right, like for me, it's like I don't like the multiplayer Splatoon stuff. It's not for me. But I would entertain a single player kind of experience. But so is that what you think is happening here? Where like it's an appeal to people who maybe want to continue more of the Splatoon gameplay stuff, but maybe not be.
I mean, I was kind of in that game because again, like I I've enjoyed and probably have played more of those single player campaigns in the previous Splatoon games than the multiplayer. So I was all down for just, hey, yeah, make a standalone one of these. Don't charge exactly full price for it. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine by me. And again, I think they did a good enough job here. Just I don't know if there was a wow factor, and the other ones have some big wow factors, especially with things like boss fights. Those other games have really creative boss fights, and they're kind of like Zelda bosses. Like, oh, like how do I even attack this thing? Like, oh, I got to use my ink in this way. I haven't thought of that. And here, they're mostly bullet sponges. These bosses, there's like definitely like attacks to dodge, maybe like a mechanic here or there, but it's it's nothing crazy.
I see people in the chat saying like, "Oh, I think it's actually for me because I like the whole aesthetic and vibe of Splatoon, but I don't want to do multiplayer." Yeah. The thing is, like, I'm not as far as Mike. Obviously, he beat it. I'm like maybe 3-4 hours in. So far, it doesn't even have as much of that just kind of manic energy as the previous Splatoons. Like, I think of the soundtrack specifically, and like I feel like every other Splatoon, every level is like, wow, okay, this is a lot in a good way in terms of the soundtrack. And I feel like there's not as much personality here, or maybe it's not at the forefront.
I think that's right. I think that's fair.
This is. I mean, the style of this one's definitely playing off of the salmon run modes from the past two games that are a little bit more about exploring the wastelands, and Splatoon has this whole lore about apparently it's post-apocalyptic and like everyone turns into squid kids when the apocalypse hits. So
I can't wait
when they venture outside. It's gonna be like the third impact. We're all gonna turn into squids. So when you venture outside of that area, it is like wastelands and stuff, and so that's why Salmon Run has always been a little more drab. It's almost like a play on the typical multiplayer shooter and everything, being a little drab, being a little like grays and stuff. But I'm not sure that's necessarily what people want from a standalone game. And thinking about it, maybe I answered my own question of like, who is this for? Well, I'm still gonna pick it up. I'm still gonna play it because I am a Splatoon fan. So I guess they have that audience, but I guess the bigger question is if anybody will be clamoring for something like this after they play it. And it sounds like I don't know. Sorry, I stepped away for a second. Did you guys mention if it has a good open critic score or anything, like how other people feel about it?
It's honestly tracking. It's like a little bit below. It's like at 81 right now, and they're all over the place. Okay. So there's other ones in my camps. There are some like this is a 9, and then there's a few that are lower than me. So yeah, I mean it's revealing again. I think well enough. It's why I feel like Nintendo has had a lot of these low 80 games this year. That's been a huge sort of part of their catalog, aside from maybe Pocopia, right?
Right.
And it's like instead of like, we have 2 like really great games and some other ones. It's like, how about just a lot of like pretty good games? Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been a terrible strategy. I've been having a lot to play.
I mean, it's been consistent. They've been really releasing stuff on a regular pace compared to the other big 3. It's really impressive, right? Even if they're 80s.
Yeah, that's kind of the Nintendo thing, though, and this is where like the cry of Nintendo fanboy always comes in. But like at a certain point, if it plays like the previous entry in the series, there's still something for you to latch onto. Like even some of us who were more in middle of the road with something like say Metroid Prime 4, where like some people loved it, some people hated it, but I think a lot of us were just like, well, it at least plays like Metroid Prime, and that's kind of what I'm here for. And so even if so much of the game is flawed, I still get that gameplay loop that I find satisfying. And I wonder if Splatoon Raiders has a similar thing of, it's still Splatoon, it's still going to feel good to shoot these things, and even if like the bosses aren't particularly interesting, the levels aren't as interesting as the single player campaigns in the main games, there's still something there. There's still that sort of gameplay loop magic.
I think that's exactly right. And like, again, that's a big part of why the game is still good to me, is because Splatoon feels good to play. That whole conceit of making the ink and kind of going through it. And yeah, it's like your character, you are fun to play as. You become very strong. It's fun to customize. I think it's more kind of the world, the enemies, the level design, like a lot of that stuff I find perhaps the lacking department.
That's a bummer.
Like, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Well, then why am I so sad when you talk about it?
Because I'm a sad person and my voice makes people depressed.
Oh, okay.
That's not true. That's not true. It just sounded like you had like an ellipses, and then it's not bad. It's not bad. That's
It's a comparative thing. It's a comparative thing, right? Like Splatoon has been nothing but excellent so far. Like especially the DLC has gotten very creative. I love the Octo expansion being like a WarioWare style way of doing Splatoon, just like rapid fire. player challenges,
Oh.
and then they have the roguelike mode for 3. I didn't play that because
Side order
roguelikes.
Yeah, I guess
roguelites,
that's
but...
like if you were going to play one of these, I would still maybe say like to get side order or get Octo expansion for 2. Even the base campaign in 3 I thought was really good.
Yeah, the campaigns have always been superb. Even like that first one, the Wii U, they kind of knocked out of the park on the first
I remember
try,
even back then, and back then no one talked about it. I remember being like, why is no one talking about this campaign? This is really fun.
Yeah, it's no tank, but it's pretty good.
right. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the game based off the movie or whatever it was called.
Love you, Mike.
Let's move along. Denshattack. Is that the right way to pronounce it? Okay, this is the Tony Hawk train game, right?
Yeah, it's.
Hell
I mean, as I was playing it, I kind of think it's more like a mix of. Remember Thumper, the kind of rhythm based on a track. Like imagine if you mix Thumper with a little bit of Tony Hawk trick system and stuff. If you're counting like the manuals and things like that. Meets very Dreamcast aesthetic and vibe and everything.
Very, very specifically, it's like the Boost era Sonic games. That's clearly what it's inspired by.
Yeah, and I mean you see some like jet grind and stuff, and like it's very
stylistically
colorful,
very jet grind.
Yeah, it's Sean. We haven't really gone into it, me and you, but I'm thinking we might feel about the same way here. Like there's a lot of good stuff here. I think it's definitely unique. It kind of throws a lot at you. In terms of like the tutorial part of it, like lasts for like a long time. And like, I think the game is frequently kept in this kind of like limbo between like whether it wants to be kind of like gimmick, surfing bus game and like super serious trick attack combo chase, leaderboards. Like, it's like, is it going for just goofy style here or is it trying to be super serious, Tony Hawk style game? And I think it kind of threw too much at like, I think they're trying to do more than this game needs. Does that make sense, Sean, from what you've played?
Interesting. That's where you've landed. Okay, so I feel a similar way, but maybe a little more positive in the end, because I played the demo that came out for Steam Next Fest. It was either like the Steam Next Fest at the beginning of this year, or it was one last year. I forget which one. And when I was done with it, I remember sitting there and thinking to myself, oh no, that gameplay sucked. It was boring like that because all they gave you was like the first 1 or 2 levels. And I was like, oh, this is so basic. All I'm doing is quick time events. All I'm doing is pressing the corresponding button. Mm-hmm. And what you mentioned there of the tutorial is very long is key here because the entire first chapter is a tutorial. And that even bleeds into the second chapter. I'm on chapter 3 now. I'm pretty far into 3. I think I'm right before the boss. Or did I start 4? I might have just started 4 last night. So the problem is that the core gameplay of it is, like I said, it's very Boost Sonic. So like Sonic Generations, Sonic Colors, that kind of stuff where, it's a roller coaster ride. The character's moving as fast as possible, get from point A to point B, do cool stuff along the way. But by being figuratively and literally on rails, the problem here is that you don't have a ton of agency in what you do in the base level gameplay. Is really just reacting to there's an obstacle, jump over it. There's a high obstacle, go down. Left or right, pick a path. You're not doing much. But eventually they start introducing mechanics that give you a little more freedom and give you reasons to do more. Like the Yaoyu Rosudo, aka what do they call it? 8 million rails, the rainbow rails that you can get.
Right.
So when your trick meter fills to the specified amount for that level, suddenly you unlock bonus tracks, and they aren't normally available to you. But if you're doing well enough with doing tricks and landing these tricks Tony Hawk style, then eventually you'll get alternate paths through a level and everything that are even more flashy and everything. And then they introduce wall riding, which actually allows you to move around the level a little bit more. Once they start introducing those elements and giving you a little bit more choice, I think it's a lot more fun, especially once they get to the boss levels that are cool. All around. Yeah, they're phenomenal because this entire game, like we mentioned, it's very anime, very to all my anime fans out there, it's like playing a Studio Trigger show like Kill la Kill or Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's very stylish and over the top. I love it. Very like Dreamcast Sega, like Dan said. And the boss fights are the key here because they allow you to move between tracks a lot. You have options of which rail to go on. They start giving you more agency. But then they go back to the standard levels that are very much about, even when it's you're not getting from point A to point B, there's a loop and you need to do objectives on this loop that you're riding around.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. What are the objectives? Is it going to be something challenging? For example, deliver udon to the neon signs. I'm like, okay, cool. Am I going to have to do some platforming, like quickly switch between rails? No, you just ride that rail and it's all automated. You literally just move forward and nothing is different. And then there's one where, the big bad corporation has censored our art project. They've like boarded it up with like wooden planks and stuff. You have to take those out and everything. So what do? That section has a bunch of ramps. Every time you go off a ramp, you do a trick and it takes some of the boards off. Like it's the core gameplay I just think is a little too simple. And maybe I'm expecting more out of it because of its inspirations, but I feel like the base level being a bit too simple is detrimental to the game, because when it really starts get going in like chapter 3 and the boss fights and everything, I think it's very fun, and the options that you have match the high energy and super stylish nature of the game. I just think it takes a little bit too long to get there, and then they go back down to that base level a little more than I would like.
I think you're totally right. It cannot be understated, though, if you've never seen this game in action, like how intense it is. Like it looks and sounds so good. We haven't mentioned the music yet, but there's so much music, and it is also high energy and varied. They got a bunch of different composers in here. And so if you hear like, oh, it's a grinding train game, you're kind of stuck on the rails. Yes. However, imagine the most vibrant version of that possible and just like slamming the controls left and right. Like it does a lot within those confines, you know?
Cool.
It does a decent job with like variety. Like, they're different. There are other ones where you're just kind of going along a track, but then there are the ones with the branching paths. There are ones where it's like there's an actual race and there are other people you're racing against. Like we mentioned, the boss fights. The boss fights are very, very impressive. Like really cool the way they incorporate the mechanics into fighting something.
Anytime you are like competing against another Denshattacker, like whether it is a boss fight or a race, like you just mentioned, there's a few of these levels. Those are awesome because you have options of how to approach the level. For example, in the race, you can, it at least seem this way, and maybe it's the illusion of choice. Even if that's the case, I'm fine with the illusion of choice as long as you're like making me think that I can do more here. I believe you could either like take the other racers out by like tricking into them, or just go really fast and do really well, or start getting up on the walls or use the Yagyu to like do shortcuts and stuff and outpace them in the race. That was really cool. I like that. I kind of want more of that.
If there was a category in Game of the Year this year where it's like thing that feels the best, like mechanic that feels the best, I do think my favorite one in this game is when you're going around turns.
Yes.
There's this like meter that shows like you kind of hold in L and then you let go when it's in the green to get a boost. It's like Mario Kart drifting, but it's got this little meter and this timing aspect.
It's on rails drifting. Hell yeah.
There's on rails drifting. It does. I mean, I've been watching this game from afar since they first trailered it. I forget where that first showed its face.
It's Gamescom, I think, pre-show.
Okay, so like a year, right? And then just there is something, I know gameplay wise it's not there, but there's something aesthetically that like triggered my beautiful Joe kind of response. That I was like, why are my kneecaps itching? Something's happening with beautiful Joe. And I, all the gameplay I've seen with like the inverted rails and like just that kind of stuff, like it just seems like a fun kind of, hey, you've never really done something like this before kind of thing.
It's the pinnacle of the vibes are immaculate. I have literally no notes about the presentation. I could not think of them doing anything better about the presentation. And I think, maybe I sound a little negative there. I think more of what I'm trying to get across is that it's definitely a slow burn. And, it's not like a long time, but it is a couple hours before you feel that you have that agency that I was talking about in any level. And you have a further grasp of, okay, I see. They were trying to introduce these things to me slowly so that I could get to the point where I am stringing a bunch of things together. So even if I am just going in a straight line, I'm doing a bunch of stuff to like keep myself smiling and watching all the chaos happening around me.
Right.
I just think it takes a little too long to get to there. So it's, it's always kind of a hard sell. Like, oh no, trust me, it gets really, really good like 3 hours in. But boy, howdy does it when it really starts hitting in this game. So
weird factoid about this game. It has the same director as Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. that just came out last year.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Really?
Yeah, so he was
Interesting.
the director and producer there over at Game Kitchen, and then this is the other studio, Undercoders. So it's a weird connection between those two.
I like that. I hear Game Kitchen. That's the first time I've heard that studio name. And I'm like, ooh, that's a good name for a studio. And I was literally just thinking about, I just passed by like where Game Mill is here in Minneapolis. I'm like,
Right.
And I go past that. I'm like, what a fucking terrible name. It was like,
Yeah.
Game Kitchen. Okay. Now we're
Game
I'm on
bathroom
board.
debatable. Yeah.
Game shitter. Yeah.
I'm listening.
There you go. Denshattack. That's out now. Brand new game also out now, and maybe for the last 20 years or so.
Oh.
Super Mario Sunshine. What happened, Sean? Why are you doing this to yourself, bud?
I know why.
No. Grub's not here. No slander. Get the fuck off this podcast. This is a good game. We love Super Mario Sunshine in this house. I will not hear it. It's
Okay.
not perfect.
I agree. Yeah.
That's the problem with it. Is that it's the Zelda 2 issue of
Yeah.
it's so different than the one that came before and all of them afterwards. And also Sunshine was rushed out. So it's buggy in places. But
Yeah.
I was looking for a summertime game, and just when I think of a summertime game, the first one I always think of is Sunshine, Super Mario Sunshine. Mario goes on vacation. Apparently Shadow the Hedgehog is there, and the exact same thing happens as in Sonic Adventure 2, where everyone's like, oh, Italian plumber-shaped object, this must be Mario, and he gets sent to prison.
The only explanation, Sean. Yeah.
Happens
God.
all the time.
It's,
Yeah.
Oh god, the cutscenes in that game are just so what the
It goes
trial
so
of
hard.
Mario.
Objection!
Yeah.
Overruled.
Overruled,
A Pianta judge
God.
saying overruled.
It's so good. Mario goes to jail and has like a somber talk
Yeah.
with his brand new talking jetpack about their predicament.
It
This
feels like
entire
something.
game, it's
Yeah.
Super Mario Community Service. Like,
Yeah, right. I did watch you play this while you're streaming, and because you're doing some things, not playing original hardware, so it was at 60 frames per second. I was like, I'm so mad that because Nintendo re-released this game not too long ago, and God, I wish they just got it to 60 frames per second on Switch or Switch 2.
Yeah, like,
that
hey,
alone helps so much.
I'll shout from the rooftops. Emulation is legal, y'all. How you source your ROMs and ISOs, that's a different story. But emulation is legal. Take your legally acquired ISO, plop into Dolphin, just right-click it, and turn on the Gecko code for 60 FPS, and it is smooth. I love it.
You got to teach me that, Sean. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's just as simple as it sounds. Just right-click and then
It's
go
just
into
built into
Gecko codes.
Dolphin?
Just hit the check mark. Dolphin's a really good emulator, y'all. I love it.
Great. Yeah.
The problem with Sunshine, I think, really is that it has some bullshit shine sprites, just like Mario 64 had some kind of bullshit stars, not as egregious. But Sunshine, the problem is you need to acquire most of them in order to finish the game. You didn't have the option of, oh, I'm stuck on this level, I can go elsewhere to get my required 70 stars to finish the game. Instead, you have to overcome something that is poorly designed because, again, it was rushed out. So that's
it's so
the
weird
key
they made
problem
that
with
decision
Sunshine.
because like they came up with the perfect solution in Mario 64, and then Sunshine just kind of was like it's so close to that setup, and the kind of like gets so many of the shine sprites, but instead of just you need 78 or whatever to beat the game, it's you need to get the 6-1 or whatever.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
seventh one in
Every
every single
level.
one.
That's
You have
it.
to beat Shadow Mario in every single level.
And the
so.
blue coin thing is really what takes the wind
Oh,
out of it for
yeah.
me. Like
Right.
that is a bummer. You know?
And
Dan,
that's
you
what
can't
makes
be
it-
defeated on this game.
Yeah,
I
right.
love it, but it's like the blue coins. Like that is the part where it's like, okay, I'll get every
Yeah.
shine every time. That's great, but the blue coins are kind of a drag.
Right, like Mario 64 and a lot of them are so fun to 100%, and Sunshine is kind of miserable to 100%
That's
because of
the
those blue
problem.
coin.
Yeah.
Thinking about it now, I was just about to say that I do think that Sunshine is better than 64, but then I'm sure last time I played through both of them, back to back, I probably was like, oh, 64 is way better.
Yeah,
great
right.
memory,
So I bet
Dan.
if I did it again, I bet I would
You almost
also say
killed
64
Mike
is
there.
better.
Yeah.
It's outrageous. I do think with Sunshine, number one contender for if video games had like a 40x experience. You know, like, I
Oh.
want to play Sunshine
Oh.
and smell the ocean and have like a breeze
Yeah.
on me and the smell of
Do
pina
ya?
coladas wafting.
I
in
want
my
to
wanna be
face.
smell
soaked.
sunscreen
Yeah.
when I play it, you know?
I'm
Yeah.
down
Like,
for that, man. I'm with
Yeah.
him.
You know,
Yeah,
it's like
that'd be
I want to feel it more.
Is
Ocean
it the
mist.
best hub world ever?
I
I mean, the
might, like,
castle.
I
I think the
Peach's
castle
Castle's
takes
good.
it, but I do love Delfino Plaza. I
it
love
nails
it.
that
Plaza's really
theme,
cool.
the
The
music.
Music
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
endlessly
Yeah.
good. Having the little extra bongos in there as
Yeah.
well. It's
Yeah,
just
the
Yeah.
sunglasses. Yeah.
The water
Yeah.
still looks good.
People like the smell of the beach.
Not New Jersey beaches,
Not-
but
not-
maybe like no offense.
Right? Like, do people enjoy sunscreen and that shit?
In Hawaii, yeah.
Smells like
Yes, they do.
vacation.
Yeah, Kramer
Little
taught
salt
us.
in the
Certain
air,
people
you
are
know?
really into it. It's like a
Some dead
out of it.
fish. Yeah.
No, I'm never really. I
beach.
mean, I've been around beaches everywhere. You know, I
Yeah.
like. It's just never a thing that I'm like, ooh, more of this. Put this in a
Yeah.
candle.
Yeah, Backlar, I love you. I don't think anybody who knows you would mistakenly think
No.
beach guy.
Yeah, this
No,
is Larry
of
David
course.
going on the beach on curb and being like, "Oh, what do you do? You just sit here? You just look? What do you do?"
I mean, I was in Asbury Park over the weekend, and I just was sort of, you know, I was watching. I was just like, you know, I'm here a lot. It's fine. People seem to really dig it. I know it's me. I'm not
You know,
like
it's anything.
trying to act like whatsoever. You know,
I mean, I get it. Sometimes there's a rancid, fishy something.
it's not even that. It's
dead
not even
smell.
that. I just hate sand. I hate sand
Oh,
in
okay,
places. I hate sunscreen. I hate
Worse,
the
it
sun.
gets
I hate
everywhere.
burning.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
when's Mario gonna go like to Alaska where it's dark for 48 hours at a
64. What are you
time?
talking
Right,
about?
yeah.
You know?
He already went to a theme park, so I'm happy there. We already had that
Mm.
one. Yeah. Sunshine's so interesting to me because I like the game a lot, but depending on who I'm talking to, I feel like I'm either a big Sunshine defender because a lot of people are like,
Yes.
this game's bad. That's
Right.
wild. Then I'll talk to other
Yeah.
people like, this is one of the best games ever. And I'm like, all right, let's calm
This
down
is why
here.
discourse on the internet in particular fucking sucks because everything needs to be the greatest thing ever, the worst thing ever. It's
Yeah.
okay
Right.
for a game to be 7 out of 10, man. Like, yeah,
Trying
I
to-
have fun with it.
Trying to see where it is in my greatest games of all time list. It's got to
Yeah,
be.
like,
Oh yeah,
see-
it's the
Probably pretty
28th
high.
best game of all time.
See, that is
28.
That's high.
insane.
That's
high.
Yes.
Yes.
Even
Give me-
I know that's psychotic.
Yeah, give me above and below. What arena is it in?
Below it is Red Dead Redemption, and
You
above
idiot.
it is WWF No Mercy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Now, hang
What
on.
are we
I mean,
doing
point
here?
with that last one.
Just gonna
Yeah, right.
plead insanity, I guess.
And not
Your
a-
Honor, look at this list he made. He
That's all right. Just
You can't
look,
be-
it's still not as egregious as Metal Gear Solid 4 being in the top 10, so whatever.
Ben, are you with
Five,
me
I
on
think,
this?
right?
That's a
You're a Metal
crime.
Gear
top
guy.
10 of all time for 4?
No, it's number 30. I'm looking at it now.
Oh,
Mike,
okay,
I
that's
think
much
you're
more
referring
recent.
to I did the best one since 2000, and I think it was the top 10 for that.
right.
On my
right,
top
right.
100, it's number 30.
I love Metal Gear Solid 4, but it's my 4th favorite entry in the series. I'm like, you got to understand its limits here. Like, it
But
was
I feel like
fun
every
at the
time
time.
I see it, every time I watch it, I'm like, God, this might be the best one. Like, because
It's
in my
not.
mind, I kind of feel
No.
like it's one of the weaker ones. I think it's just the way
Yep.
it ends and the way it
Yeah.
ties everything up
Yeah,
and that
it's a
last
great-
fight.
I
yeah,
agree.
And it's like, this is
That's
everything
it.
I've ever wanted from
It's
media,
all of it.
you know?
Yeah,
all-
and I
Yeah.
think it's
No.
so connected to like the hype of dissecting every trailer. Just like this one's gonna
Yeah.
answer all the questions. Like that was
Everyone's
such a fun
back.
build-up.
Yeah, Naomi's
Right,
in it.
everyone's
Like,
here.
All
Yeah.
the stars are here. It's like
Yes.
that. It's like that E3 that everyone but me hated when they just did the patch notes for Smash Brothers. Oh, that was great.
No, but I remember like really defending Act 3 of Metal Gear Solid 4 when it came out, and everyone's like,
I-
"That's
that's
the
the one I
boring one
hated.
in Prague." I'm
That's
like,
the one I hated.
The
I love
motorcycle
it's like I'm
one.
just sneaking around following somebody in Prague, and then the Big Mama stuff. I was like, "This is great."
The story stuff is awesome. I just hated the gameplay because every other Metal Gear moment ever, I could just ignore stealth and just shoot things.
Right,
and there,
right.
it's like, wait, I don't want to actually do stealth in this Metal Gear
Like,
game.
should I
you know?
remind you that those little hand robots wear a trench coat, and it's very
no,
funny.
that's I love that. That is
My
fantastic.
favorite game character up there with Aggro is trench
Yeah.
coat hand
Well,
man.
maybe not favorite, but most interesting is the hand
I
trench
think that's
coat.
your best written
Hottest. I
character.
think
Most-
hottest.
the one
Yeah.
that inspired the most emotions from me.
Jesus
I have a body
Christ.
pillow of the trench coat hand man.
It's crazy.
You know what I don't like in Sunshine? That Bowser's voice is terrible, and I hate the way he
It's
sounds.
really bad.
Mario,
It's like worse than I remembered.
family vacation.
You know what's fucked up? I realized when Benny Safdie was announced as the voice of Bowser Jr. and Mike hadn't heard of him. I was like, I realized now, like, I just learned today he's in the Odyssey. So now, Mike,
Yeah,
you've seen him, and I did not think he was Agamemnon.
His Agamemnon is incredibly weird. I am so
it's
into it.
really, it's awesome. That suit.
Every time he's on the screen, I was locked in for like, look
Yes.
at that freaking
Yeah.
guy.
With the
And then when you
doors
see his
open and he's
face, it's like,
Yeah.
wait, a Safdie is hiding
I had no
in there?
idea it was. I would not have guessed it was a Safdie. I saw it today and I was like, what the fuck?
Safdie on stilts? What's happening?
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
It's like
awesome.
The
even
thing that
hide- it's like
I
they-
don't like about Sunshine.
Yeah, yes, of course.
So, but by the way, that final boss fight is not a boss fight, and it sucks. Like
The hot
that,
tub
that
thing?
was just like, Yeah, the hot tub, you just had to ground pound it 4 times. Like, we ran out of time on that one, huh?
I want to meet the youngest person who has played Sunshine. I want to meet that person and just
does he know it exists?
All-Stars?
No, D probably has no idea of its existence. He doesn't really know much beyond Odyssey. The first 3. He's really he's a big Odyssey guy.
Of course, it's great.
It's the best one. Yeah. It's like I love 64. I think 64 is the greatest, but like Odyssey is just maybe the best video game ever made. It's insanely good.
It's so good.
It's crazy. Sunshine is about to be 24 years old.
Wow.
It'll celebrate its 24th next month.
Giant Bomb.
Tremendous. Yeah, absolutely. Older than Giant Bomb. Heave Ho 2 is a game you guys played last week, I believe. How's that going?
Yeah, that was me, Dan, Jan, and Grub. It's funny because you all seem to have experience with the first one. I had never played that before. I didn't really know what I was getting into here. Yeah, this is like a co-op game where you're all just heads with arms, and you can grab onto either walls, the environment, or each other. And you kind of make these links so you can sort of swing yourself around and use that to get to places, and it is really fun.
It is the most immediately you understand what this game is. Like from the moment you're all lined up, you picked your characters, and it's like do left to grab the pole, do right to grab the pole. All right, go, and you're immediately laughing and having fun. It is 90 seconds, and you're having a great time.
And this is the one with a lot of farting in it, right?
You can fart. It's never necessary. It can cause negative consequences, and there is always the temptation because it's very funny.
Right.
But you got to work as a team, so you got to be careful with the farts.
The farts are useful though because this game has a competitive mode, which is now it's so you kind of start in these stages, and it's either who's going to be the last one standing because there's going to be obstacles, or we're going to give you guns, or a lightsaber, or it's a race. So you kind of have to swing across, see where if you can get somewhere.
Interesting.
In that situation, well, maybe you're going to fart because you're going to knock the other player out of the way. And this competitive mode was really
we were dying.
Of fun with that. Oh my god!
I didn't think about this until now, but when you're getting the guns and the swords and stuff, it reminds me of that rounds game we played.
Dibs rounds.
Dibs rounds.
Yeah, it's kind of got that type of vibe. Yeah. But
sure.
I don't remember if there was a competitive mode in the first one. I feel like I would remember if it was as fun as we had with 2. As far as the actual core game, I mean, it is 90%. At least we played the first world, the ice world. It's very, very similar. The main thing I noticed was if 3 of us get to the end and one of them's lagging, we can one of us can inhabit or pilot a drone to go pick them up and help them.
That's smart.
You can grab the drone and stuff like that. I'm sure there's new mechanics and stuff that it introduces later. On the quick look, we go forward to a late world, and it had some cool different.
Yeah, no, that was
dynamics.
A bit more okay, what are we even doing here? Kind of element to it, which was fun to figure out.
Yeah. So very, very good game. Check it out for couch co-op. That's actual couch co-op.
Keep fighting the good fight, Dan.
Thank you.
People are wrong. You need to know it.
They are wrong about this.
Everyone's wrong.
Ben Hansen, is there anything you've been playing? Anything else that you want to chat about? No pressure here. We'll get the fuck on out of here and take a break. But if you've got something to talk about, let's talk about it now.
Well, let's see. I spent the weekend playing Rolling Thunder. You guys remember Rolling Thunder?
Oh, Rolling Thunder! Oh my gosh, the Shinobi
game. Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah, but I saw it because I'm a big Sunset Riders fan.
Yes.
So playing it on a MAME cabinet, and I think it was Digital Foundry. They had a video talking about the history of Sunset Riders and clearly it was inspired by Namco's Rolling Thunder. And it's the best thing, right? It's just well, let me wind back the clock. Let me see what this is. And it's it's very clear, it feels very Sunset Riders of jumping between different levels, enemies coming out of doors, all that stuff. But it's got an interesting structure to it. And then also, I guess it was influential in people. Some see Time Crisis as a spiritual successor to Rolling Thunder in a way. So it's just it's fun after doing this for so long to find a new notch of history of all right, I now appreciate Rolling Thunder in the arcades. There we go.
So Rolling Thunder is the most faceless video game in the arcade thing to me ever, where it's it's this one, the one with the enemies wearing weird pink hoods. And,
right.
It's that one. And I'm just going to go left to right and shoot and run and do that kind of thing. What's the story? What's going on in this game?
You're a secret agent and you're trying to take out these guys wearing pink and purple hoods. And the thing is, they shoot at you, but contraire, Bacalar, you can shoot at them.
Now, wait a second. You forgot about the most interesting twist. You won't believe this. There's a girl and you're trying to rescue her.
That's right. But like, I
Original.
guess they made like a bunch of console ports. Did you guys play those back in the day?
No, because there was like there's some
No.
good Genesis ports of like because there was more than one Rolling Thunder, I believe, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Genesis box art for Rolling Thunder 3, and it is pretty sweet. It's like a cyber dog jumping on a guy on a
Yeah.
motorcycle.
It's a lot
You know
of
what? Maybe the
Genesis
series
covers.
is all right. Yeah, that's a majority are cyber dogs.
Yeah, I just remember like the enemies would like melt in a weird way after you killed them, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Because I've got this loaded up on my cabinet, and I've checked it out a few times especially when I first installed it, 8-9 years ago. But wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, what do you think is like the most played arcade game in your cabinet there, Bacalar?
Ninja Turtles.
Oh, the kiddo.
Oh,
Yeah, and then the one, maybe the second one too, because the second one I did not have a ton of familiarity with it. The one where like the foot soldiers like violently explode when they die. So like, you see their souls like leave their robotic bodies like in a fucking horrifying way. There's a couple frames of that.
so by second one you mean Turtles in Time? Because there's like the
Is it
arcade game,
Time?
then there's Turtles in Time. Yeah.
So it's whatever
What was
the
Manhattan
second arcade
Project?
one.
The Manhattan Project was the Turtles 3. So in the NES,
Right.
there was the first Turtles game, which was its own thing. Then Turtles 2, based on the first arcade game.
Yeah.
And then Turtles 3 on NES, which was a sequel to that, but not based on arcade game. That's the Manhattan Project.
Right.
Then there's Turtles in Time 4 on the consoles, but just the next arcade game in the arcade.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
one. Because there's
Yeah.
like dinosaurs and shit. You're like
Then there's
fighting.
That one's
You're like,
incredible.
you're like
Yeah.
karateing raptors and shit.
so good. That's one of the most nostalgic games possible for me. Is
Yeah,
any of those Turtles
so I-
beat 'em ups.
Yes.
So like the most common ones, right, are like Capcom Bowling, also because I've got like a spinny ball, and like Capcom
Ooh.
Bowling for whatever reason is like always in there.
Wait.
Um,
So this is like a missile command ball that you can use for bowling?
Yeah, I got a ball. Yeah.
And that's like a little USB attachment?
No, it's embedded into the joystick area.
I
fun.
want
So it's
that.
like it's 4-player joystick, the ball, and then I don't know what else it's got on there. And then I also have a rocker that you can use to play
Oh.
like Arkanoid, that kind of shit.
Oh, okay. Right.
Ben,
Yeah,
you
that's
still have
the
that weird one
USB.
from GI, right? With the weird like tiny sticks, those little analogs.
Yeah, that you can technically like plug like a GameCube into or whatever if you want to use the little sticks. But
Right.
yeah, it's like it was Game Informer had this like arcade shell in the office that everyone just kept putting GTA stickers on,
It was like
And-
next to Andy McNamara's office, and it just sat there.
and it sat there for like I think 5 years before eventually
No
I was like,
screen. Didn't have a
no
in
screen or
it.
anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it wasn't a very like tech tinkery type of office. So I was like, hey, could I just like have that and actually like make it into a MAME cabinet? And Andy McNamara is like, you can have it on one condition: you never bring it back. It's like done and done.
Okay.
And so I've spent so much time with that thing. It's amazing. But I do feel like, is it time for an upgrade? Do I need to get like 4-player and get a bunch of weird attachments so I can play Missile Command and stuff?
4-player
like-
NBA Jam. Yeah, it'd be
It's
good.
nice. It's nice for that. Dib and I play the hockey version of NBA Jam. Like there was an arcade.
Right.
Hits. Are you thinking about hits?
No,
Well, that
it's
was
not
PS2
hits.
era. Okay.
This was it was made by the same company, and
Midway.
it was Midway, and it was like, and you could get on fire by scoring 3 goals in a row, that kind of thing.
3v3?
That's right.
Yeah, it
It's
was
3v3.
3v3. I forget what
Oh,
it was
okay.
exactly, but it's amazing. We play it all the time. And then the more or less common games that are for whatever reason, when dude was like super young, he found Fancy World. Do you know what that game is?
No,
see
I wanted to
that,
see
no.
it.
Yeah, go check it out. Fancy
Why
World
not?
is like, it's sort of like a bubble bobble kind of thing where like
Okay.
you're in like a level, and then but it's just
Single
very
screen game,
strange. Yeah,
yeah.
simple screen.
Oh, weird.
Very
I like
strange.
it.
I forget how he found it, but he made me put it on there, and he rocks that. Now that's his nostalgia. That's his nostalgia. I was like, oh, time to fire
Wow.
up Fancy World and get my kicks.
This
like,
looks amazing. Yeah, this is very bubble bobble.
It's-
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
it's super super strange. And I'm trying to think what else gets used a lot on that thing. A Simpsons, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
speaking
love
of
having
nostalgia.
it. What I have, I don't know if I showed you guys when you were here, but I've got that like color RGB LED screen that changes with the game you're playing.
I think I've
Did you
seen
see that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
So like whatever game you're
It's like the
playing,
marquee, right?
Yeah, the marquee on the top of the cabinet
Oh,
will change as
interesting.
well, which is fun.
Yeah.
Ben,
It's a
what's
crowd
that?
pleaser.
What's that one the last one we did a score war on that you introduced me to? The one where you're
Volfeed.
drawn Volfeed? Okay, right.
Volfeed is, I think at this point, is my favorite arcade game.
Wow.
Full feed.
Yeah,
It was fun,
it's a spiritual successor to Kicks.
Yes.
Yes, and it's more sci-fi, and the idea is there's a lot of levels to Full Feed, but the basic idea, the thing that's most fun, is you're just trying to corral these crazy robotic enemies into smaller and smaller pens. So you're kind of like drawing pens around them to shrink them down and then seal them off to cover as much ground as possible. But like, Dan, I mean, you can attest, like, it's like, okay, I get my head around this game. I got it. And within like 5 minutes, it's like palms sweating, screaming, like, oh my God.
Well, it's because there are a lot of games do the thing where you got to draw the lines to kind of make the area smaller, but it's the part where you have to corral this boss that is like getting faster and faster as it's getting smaller and smaller, and you're trying to just like time it perfectly. Like that was super fun.
Yeah, I love it. And so that was my my summer project. Is I got a bunch of arcade marquees, and we have like a staircase next to my little arcade place.
I saw this.
And so like put them on the back of the stairs.
That's
so it's
cool.
like working our way back up in time and stuff. So yeah,
I like
a
that.
fun little project for my dad and I. Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Finally, what I'll leave you all with is we rolled credits on First Light. Dib and I did.
Hey.
Nice.
And I'm just kind of searching for the right way to talk to a young boy about how maybe there won't be another James Bond game, and how to talk to him about the game saying very clearly, like, James Bond will return, right? It says that as clear as day. So Dib's like, yeah, he's like, yo, how many years do I have to wait to play another James Bond game? I feel like, I don't know now. I feel like the future of that is maybe a little bit in jeopardy.
Wait,
right?
why would that be? Wasn't it a huge hit?
It was, but I just feel like there's a lot
Amazon
of
doesn't
stuff.
care.
Amazon's
I
under
feel like there's a
control
lot
of it
of
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amazon's
they just
weird.
own the whole like Bond license basically. So like
Yeah,
IOI
'cause
couldn't
they own
decide to make a new
MGM.
one.
So that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Oh,
You know, it could be
That'd be so fucking stupid.
Bame's Fond, but I don't know about that. Like,
It'd be really weird. I mean, look, it could happen. It would be a shame because this game actually seems like it's doing better than people expected. It's really well liked. But it's the thing that's, if we want to see this game in the next 5 years, you got to greenlight it yesterday, that sequel, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
So,
and Amazon's just making a lot of weird calls. Seems like somehow they're leaning more into Luna at this point. Like, I don't know. Did you guys play Clutch at SGF?
No,
I
heard
saw.
about
Was
it.
that the Fast and Furious like kind of grapple car thing?
Yeah,
I think
open
I
world
only
South
saw
of
this
France.
because of the MinMax post saying they don't want to be known as the grapple car game, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, sorry guys, you're kind of the grapple car game.
And
but
that's
it's
okay to have a thing. Now everyone knows you're the grapple car game. Like, that's a
right.
good
That's
thing.
my argument. Yeah. So it's like a lot
that's a
of
good
team leads from Forza Horizon 5 specifically went out and they're making this game, and like everyone who played it at SGF's like, this freaking rules. It looks amazing. And Amazon dropped it just like in December when it was at the finish line, basically.
Jeez.
And so it's just a really weird move to be like, this game looks promising as hell, and Amazon, after they've theoretically funded the entire development, was just like, and we're not going to release it after all.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
what I'm
really
saying.
odd.
Yeah.
It's like the Wile E. Coyote Acme thing. The
Oh,
movie?
like
the movie.
the film. Who knows? Who knows?
I
With
mean, like,
companies this big, like, I
real
have no
Wile E.
idea what's
Coyote.
going on over there.
I really hope there's another one of these because I thought it was really excellent
great.
from front to back.
Yeah.
Look, Dib's right. There's a lot of unfinished story arc, like plots that we need to
Yeah.
really understand. Like, this isn't really spoilery, but
Yeah.
he and I were very concerned about our Portuguese friend that we met at the hotel. Like, what's
okay.
her deal?
Right.
Teresa? Inquiring minds want to know. Like,
Yeah,
what's her
what's going on
story?
with what's going on with her?
Can we tie that up?
Yeah,
You know,
we have
just a little
just
bit.
another game where we go on vacation with her again. That'd be nice.
He's also really, this isn't really spoilery, but like they don't, I won't say who exactly, but they don't tie up like every last, like, oh, this person's okay, this person's okay, this person
Right,
survived.
yeah.
You know, like, I have all the confidence that like this person made it out because they sort of imply like they're being taken care of at the end.
Yeah.
But Dib's
But
like,
still-
no, just show me signs of life,
Dib
right?
is
Like,
a
show
big
me
Lenny
this-
Kravitz fan. Dib needs to know how
Oh
Lenny
my
Kravitz is
God.
doing.
Oh my God, wait. Lenny, they also stopped all that too. I forgot
Well,
about him.
there is DLC with Lenny Kravitz coming.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah.
Really?
Funny sentence.
That is, I think that is kind of the silver lining, you know,
Yeah,
of
see.
like, it might be a while before another game comes out, hopefully from IO, but at the same time, like, think of how much they've supported Hitman. Like, if they could just keep doing story DLC for this, in theory, they could do it for the next 3 years, you know?
Yeah. And that
Just
would be fine.
a $70 DLC inside First Light.
Sure, I don't care.
The
Like,
link
just
to the full game. Yeah, it
You
has
know?
a different name.
Yeah.
And he marked out at the end where she's like, and I guess you're 001 now. And he was like, oh, it's happening. The title of the game, he's the thing now.
Say that again.
Anyway, there you have it. Putting a bow on 007 First Light. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get into the news. I'm sure it's all positive.
Woo!
Stay tuned. The Bombcast continues down the rails, doing tricks right after this. Welcome back to the Giant Bombcast. So, Dib's going away to camp. Did you guys know this?
Oh,
He's going away for a couple weeks.
How's it make you feel?
Couple weeks, yeah.
So, is it gonna be sad or relief, or how you feeling?
It's only a couple weeks, so it's not. I'm like whatever. It's all good. We could use the break. Let's just say that. But no. We were packing him up last night because they picked up his bags. We put in a bunch of like self-addressed, pre-addressed stamped envelopes because it's like a thing you do at camp. You send letters and shit, right? And he's just like, "What is this?" He's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm like, do you know what this is? A stamp?" And he's like, "I think it's for mail. I don't. Is it free? Does it cost something?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Good instinct. Yes, I don't know how much a stamp costs. How are they, like 80 cents?
I'm gonna guess 48 cents now.
43?
No,
I have no idea.
That's way more.
Yeah, I thought
Really?
they doubled. I thought they were around 80.
Doubled?
Yeah.
How much is a stamp?
Oh my God, you might be right.
A stamp is 82 cents.
There you go.
Wow, you gotta load up on those forever
Outrageous.
stamps when they're cheap.
Totally.
Yeah, actually.
What would I do without my gigantic pack of forever stamps?
I got a bunch. I got a whole bunch.
I do
Got
too.
them.
I really
Are
like
you
those forever stamps.
They were
Are you
like 30 cents.
Are you sending a lot of snail mail?
No, but it just seemed like a good investment at the time.
Yeah, one pack is like the rest of my life, basically.
Right.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah. So, I showed him, like, yeah, I guess you stuff this letter in this envelope, you seal it, and then, I don't know.
You hope for the best.
You hope for, yeah, seriously. And anywhere from 400 to 700 days, it'll get delivered.
It's still a pretty cool system, yeah.
It is interesting. When it works great, it's impressive, but it doesn't always work great.
Yeah, Dan, both of our dads were mailmen.
That is
Their
true.
connection.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
I like fictional mailman a lot, right? Like
Okay.
Newman, really funny.
Oh, sure.
From Cliff from Cheers.
Cliff. Yep.
And it's all they often
And
use
that's
those
it.
characters just to make fun of the postal service, which was always funny. We always like laughing at them, at your fathers.
Yeah.
It's weird how going postal became such
I
a
was
phrase.
just thinking about that. Because
Right?
remember in Jumanji, there's the big joke where like the beard hunter gets the big gun and they're like, "Are you a postal worker?" And it's like a big laugh line. Like, remember these people snapped and killed a lot of people?
Yeah, it's like, didn't like one guy kill some people in the 60s from a clock tower, and now it's like, they're all crazy murderers.
And now they get a legendary video game series named after that?
Right, yes.
Legendary? Okay.
That's a word for it.
Use a different word, but that's fine.
Well, he made a movie based off it. Of course, it's legendary.
Oh, you mean the coolest dude ever? All right.
Oh, yeah. It opens with a recreation of 9/11 in a
That
more
is true.
comedic telling of
Oh,
it.
in a tasteful way.
Oh, you didn't know the
It
poster
turns
movie
9/11 on its head. Yeah.
starts in the cockpit?
Yeah.
No one's had the
No.
guts to really think about it that way, right?
Go on.
Jeez. I'll have to check it out, Mike. I don't know.
It's window washers, right? Aren't they on the side of the
All
Twin
right.
Towers or
Oh
something?
God, I can't.
I think
We
that's
can't.
how it
We're not.
starts.
We're not going to do our.
I
own
remember the
version.
cockpit. I don't remember the window wash.
No, I
Yeah.
think it starts. I think the trailer was like window washers, and they're like, "Whoa!" Like they see the plane.
I think it's a good extra life punishment is make people watch Postal in your weird torture chamber or whatever the hell.
Let me just say, for the record, this is not the direction I intended to go in with my story.
It was always ours.
Folks, it's time for the news. We're going to switch things over to Mike Minotti because he's got the news.
Yeah. Hey. That's right. Mike Minotti with the news.
Spirit fingers.
Hey. So Jeff Grubb was kind enough to get this news together, and he's got some of his own insights written on these headlines as well. So I'm going to read what he said, and then we'll talk about it. Starting with Bethesda dangles the Fallout keys in front of everyone. This, of course, kind of followed, all the layoffs and everything that's been happening at Xbox, and then the rumors that Obsidian has been kind of canceling projects so that they can work on a Fallout game themselves. Now Bethesda and Todd Howard, they're kind of just like, they came out of nowhere to be like, hey, we're making Fallout 5. That's in pre-production. And yes, Obsidian is making a Fallout game with us. Also, just while they're at it, hey, remasters of Fallout 3 in New Vegas, those are in development. Those are going to happen for sure. Also noted that Fallout 4 has reached 35 million copies sold. They're working on Creation Engine 3, which is another update after Starfield debuted Creative Engine 2. So we didn't get a whole lot of Creation Engine 2, it seems like. But also wasn't very good. So that's going to power both Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. Also, the Elder Scrolls Online team is being brought closer to the team making the Elder Scrolls 6. There are no dates, screenshots, or footage for any of these newly confirmed Fallout projects. Grub adds here, this feels like a post-layoff reassurance package. Todd Howard acknowledged that Microsoft's cuts were personally difficult for Bethesda's teams while simultaneously laying out a decade's worth of franchise plans. The resource allocation is notable. Bethesda's moving ESO developers closer to Elder Scrolls 6 after a former ZeniMax Online developer warned that ECO would no longer receive content at anything approaching its previous rate. That suggests Xbox is redirecting labor towards the safest possible premium brands. Elder Scrolls and Fallout, which they basically said that's the plan. I mean, they've been in this weird situation for several years now where Fallout is one of the hottest game brands at first Bethesda, now just Microsoft in general.
Yeah.
And that they didn't really have much going on with that, really, aside from ESO, which had an audience, not some giant one. But still, like, the way they did this, it is kind of like, hey, everyone, things are going to be fine. We're making Fallout. You like that, right?
Yeah, it feels like kind of the tone of Xbox before the big layoffs of like, what just little buttons can we push to make people a little bit excited? All right, I guess let's fire everything we got. It made me think too of just like, after these layoffs and what's going on with Xbox, like, can you imagine the tone of the next time they do one of those developer directs? Which I like that format, but like, I think just the entire chat's just gonna be like, boo! Like for every ounce in those videos where they try and be like, we stand by our developers. It's all about creative risks and creative choices. You know, everything's gonna feel so empty and hollow.
And like they follow an employee as they walk down like one of the hallways in like 20 frames per second or whatever, and they're like in the lunchroom laughing with each other. And like, yeah,
security cards escorting them to their cars. They're laid off.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's weird. I mean, Fallout fans, God bless you. You know, as long as you realize that, like, if Obsidian is just starting a new Fallout game, I mean, Obsidian cranks stuff out, but even that, 4 years at the light speed earliest, you know?
Yeah.
And then Fallout 5, probably 2034.
I mean, that game is coming out in the 30s, absolutely, which is interesting to say. It is curious about the Obsidian game because they're like, they're making one with us. And part of me's like, okay, how involved is Bethesda really? Is it mostly just them kind of like, do you think they're actually like co-developing that game with Obsidian, or is it more just like, well, they have to work with us, we own Fallout, and they are mostly going to be taking care of that?
Sure. Yeah, I think the big thing with all these is that we don't know when any of this is coming out, and we can only assume a very long ways away because Fallout 5 is in pre-production. No shit, I would hope it's in some form of pre-production. You have to be thinking about the next entry in your one of your big 2 series, really. So of course they are thinking about pre-production, because pre-production could mean anything. It could mean that Todd made a doodle on his napkin. I would hope they're further along than that in some way, shape, or form, but it doesn't mean that we're getting one immediately. It means that we're maybe 10 years out from some of these projects.
At least, right? And there's like at least one massive thing already in the queue that seems way far out anyway. I mean, come on. This is like...
Elder Scrolls 6 does not feel like it's imminent at all.
Right, at all.
Now, granted, based on their history, they could do a short news cycle for that one, and maybe it's like ready to be shown, I don't know, in 2 years and comes on 3, something like that.
Yeah, early in the Helix release window, something, because I'm trying to think like Oblivion wasn't launched at 360, but a little bit after.
Wasn't launched, but it was
like March or April of 2026.
Right. I mean, that's the one game that Xbox has that is coming out in the next few years that I feel like has any chance of being incredibly exciting to a lot of people is Elder Scrolls 6. Now, at the same time, they're not going to make it an exclusive to the Helix.
I mean, if they can flip switches, that's the most powerful flip they can switch. Why wouldn't they do that, right? If it's coming out,
there'd be a lot of backlash on that one specifically. I mean, God, because it would be okay. So maybe they'd make it an Xbox exclusive. Let's say they do that. You think they don't release it on Series X?
It depends, because I mean, Starfield was struggling on that console. Like, I
it
don't
sure
know.
was.
I don't know
Creation
what...
Engine 3 now.
Yeah, okay, so let me see. Do we have okay, Creation Engine 3 is powering Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. If that needs more horsepower, maybe it is a launch title for Helix, because, you know, like Ben was getting at, that if you're gonna have a launch title that gets people to buy your new console or your new console PC hybrid, whatever the hell this thing is gonna end up being, we don't know anymore, because Asha's probably gonna roll that back into just a console with the way she's talking about it. If you want to commit to the exclusives plan, you gotta go all out. And so, you know, maybe I think you have a point, Mike. It might be cross-gen. That's certainly possible. But at the very least, it's gotta only release on Xbox if they're committing to this thing full force. And that just still kind of seems a little wild to me, because okay. I mean, you might get people to buy Series X's. Helix, if it comes out in the next 2 years, is going to be insanely expensive. I don't think people are going to spend over $1,000 for just a single game.
There's no way. Yeah,
but
it's the pivotal sentence is if Xbox is committed, and that is, I feel like, carrying a lot of water there. That sentence alone.
Well, we'll see what the poll on Twitter says next week, right?
right. Nice. All right. I saw Grub in the YouTube chat just wanted to mention that a lot of this news is coming from VGC, GameSpot, Polygon, and others. Shout out to them. Sure thing, Jeff. Sure thing. All right, next up here. Not a ton of games sell super well on disc on PlayStation. This is from Circonda's Matt Piscatella. It says only 2 PlayStation games sold more than 10,000 physical copies in the United States during the week ending July 11th. Only 7 PlayStation games across every PlayStation platform, publisher, and release have surpassed 100,000 physical copies in the US this year. Obviously, some of these games probably did way better than 100,000 copies. The data arrived when PlayStation's YouTube trailers were being flooded with comments protesting Sony's decision to stop releasing new games on disc beginning in January 2028. Videos unrelated to physical distribution have reportedly been receiving more dislikes than likes because of the campaign. Then GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen said Sony eliminating physical games was totally irrelevant to GameStop,
Ryan, that's our boy.
where software, including physical games, now represents only around 12% of the business. Is what? So, what the hell's the other 88 Funko Pops?
Yes,
weirdly,
yes, actually.
He's actually offering to buy eBay with 40,000 Funko Pops. This is currency. It's working really well.
I love that this goober, no matter what the conversation is going to say the worst thing possible. Yep. Like, there's no way where he has like the base sort of take. It's always just like, I'm a goblin person, and here's my position on the matter. Anyway.
Goober is the perfect word for Ryan Cohen. You really nailed it.
How dare you? I won't allow that. My dad called me and my brothers goobers as a term of affection.
Like goofy goober? Like a goofy goober?
This predated the goofy goobers, man. I was a kid. He called us goobers. It's an Italian thing, I think. I don't know.
I'm sorry. It's Ryan Cohen's. Yeah, he took it away from you.
Guess where goober came from? Goomba?
There's no way to know.
That's the etymology, baby. Anyways, Grub says here, weirdly, strangely, oddly, bizarrely, Ryan Cohen, a sober, serious individual, is wrong about his own company's business. He said software represents 12% and collectibles is over half. Neither of those are true. Software share is 18.3%. Collectible share is 41.8%. That's according to the latest financials report filed with the SEC. So there you go there. I mean, I think, obviously Ryan Cohen, not a serious person in games. I'm not considering myself much with GameStop these days.
I don't like how much they have bought of eBay though. I'm not happy about that.
Right. Oh, so
I think they have 10% of the stock.
10% of eBay.
Really?
I know he wanted the whole thing, right? So.
Yeah, he wanted the whole thing and just turned it into, I don't know what, I can't even imagine what a GameStop owned eBay would look like. I don't want to think about it. Hurts my brain. But they own a small amount of eBay.
Now, going to the disc thing, I mean, I don't know if I find these numbers particularly shocking or anything. We all know, yes, more people buy games digitally. I don't know. To me, I'm like, oh, so that many games are still selling over 100,000 copies in stores physically, huh? And again, some of these are doing much more than that. But, I don't think any of that changes the fact that this obviously is happening early and it is pissing people off. And that's why every PlayStation trailer right now is just flooded with those comments of not wanting to talk about the game, not wanting to engage with Sony's marketing. They just want to be protesting the removal of discs entirely.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the important thing here to note is, and I was looking at Matt's Blue Sky to see if he elaborated on which games it is. Maybe he didn't for various reasons. But
I think he listed some of them. It was like First Light, Crimson Desert was one of them.
Okay.
Football Club, things you would expect.
Yeah, the things you would expect, but I'm also curious, like how many is over 100,000? Because some of the biggest games of the year, even if they are on 80% digital, you can't sneeze at, let's say it's a 10 million seller. Like we're still talking about a lot of copies being sold physically, and even going by the absolute bare minimum of the statistic of 100,000 copies, assuming that's a $70 game, you can't really sneeze at 7 million, at retail. Like I think even as the bare minimum, I feel like that's not enough to just ignore and to look away from. I know we're moving in that direction. I think this whole thing just feels a little premature, rather than I think the thing that a lot of people have settled on is why not let it peter out? Why not let it just dwindle until it's nothing? Why not, if the sales numbers get so low, why not just pawn that off to someone like Limited Run or one of the other boutique manufacturers who have that relationship there and let them handle the distribution instead? I feel like they're just jumping the gun on this whole thing. And there's a lot to be mad about here. And we've talked about it at length the last time the story came up about how they're taking ownership away. And that's the biggest problem here, is that there's not an alternative like there is on, say, PC, where you can buy from GOG or something. Instead, like, you just have to be locked into their ecosystem. But I think it's just, we're at the point where they shouldn't be looking at still millions and millions of dollars and saying, well, that doesn't matter because it's not the hundreds of millions of dollars. I think that's short-sighted.
All right, here's another fun headline. Fortnite is about to give creators generative AI characters. Starting July 30th, Fortnite creators will be able to publish islands containing NPCs that hold real-time, unscripted conversations with players. The system uses Google Gemini for dialogue and 11 Labs 11 v3 for voices. God, people can't stop talking about 11 Labs 11 v3 for voices. Epic has added
rolls
AI,
off the tongue.
Right? Epic has added AI-compatible voices and personas to 36 existing Fortnite characters. 17 will have Epic-controlled personas, so they behave consistently with their established characters.
The great lore of Fortnite.
Yeah, right. Does that mean the others won't have established character? Creators can define other NPCs through prompts describing what they know, how they behave, and what role they play. I just wonder how Westworld this is going to get. Epic says the initial voice models are based on performances by independent professional actors who agreed to that use. You shouldn't have. It says it will also talk to guilds and actors who previously portrayed Fortnite characters about bringing those original voices into the system. The obvious warning came from Fortnite's Darth Vader experiment. Players rapidly attempted to jailbreak the character into swearing or producing prohibited material.
Jailbreak.
SAG-AFTRA.
That's a very funny word for that. Yeah, jailbreaking Vader.
James Earl Jones, break him out.
SAG-AFTRA also objected, even though James Earl Jones' family authorized the voice, arguing that the feature displaced other performers who could have voiced Vader. Yeah, a million people have done the Darth Vader voice before. It's fine. Obviously, it'd be great if James Earl Jones lived forever and could do that voice forever. It's great. He's dead. We don't need his voice. We don't need to keep paying his family for that just because they're like, yeah, he would have loved that. He would have especially loved the part where we get money.
Yeah, he would have loved us getting millions of dollars or whatever.
Right,
Definitely.
right. Yeah, this is all pretty freaking gross and weird, and obviously this stuff is going to happen and get worse over there. We've heard from Tim Sweeney plenty how exciting he finds all of this shit to
And just how
be.
exciting of a guy he is, huh?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Hoot
right,
and a
right.
half. Dan, when's the last time you played Fortnite?
Simpsons.
Simpsons,
Yeah, same here.
I had
but-
my heyday with it several years ago, and then I kind of stopped playing. And then the Simpsons thing came back. I was, ooh, cool, Simpsons.
And it was
Had
awesome.
Fun. The second it shifted, I played like one round or something. I was like, all right, it's still Fortnite. It's it's a good. I mean, I don't know the state of it right now, but like,
Yeah.
it was fun. But then I fell off.
So I'm exposed to this world in a way that I feel like most of us are not, just because I have an 11-year-old who has a lot of friends, and they right now they seem they were down on it for like a minute, and now they're back because they like this Sprite thing that's going on now. Where you
Sprite?
collect
Like a
sprites.
soda?
Nope, it's not a soda thing. They collect these like little sprites
Like
that
8-bit,
I think they're called
16-bit?
sprites.
What?
Is that? Am I wrong?
I think you're right. I think you're
Yeah.
right.
So they collect these sprites, and then they like have to like, they basically have to like cash them in at like these checkpoints, and then they can level up their sprites. I
They
don't
look
know.
like Funko Pops.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
what.
sick.
I don't know what it is.
Wow.
They carry them on the back. I think people. I don't know. The 11-year-olds that are in my life like them. He's been playing it a lot. I don't know. I do think it had a bit of a downturn, and now like from what I understand, it's a thing again.
All right. Hey, way to go.
But you know,
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Fortnite makes $1 zillion, but it's not growing, so that's a big problem. So they got to save money where they can and do this shit. And they have other exciting ideas how to bring in more revenue, including the current summertime event, Hot Bat Summer, where you can buy bathing suit versions of Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn and Batman. Yep. The Marvel rivalsification of Fortnite
I'm sorry.
Go on.
Are they calling it Hot Bat Summer?
That is the official name of this event. Is Hot Bat Summer.
I mean,
I'm not
hey,
mad
to
at
be
that.
fair, Bruce
I'm not
is
mad.
looking real good in those trunks.
Yeah,
I'm just
not mad at
saying.
that.
It's a
That
good
seems
look.
fine.
It's a good look.
Seems
Yeah.
okay.
And it's just the
He's not-
DC stuff? That's interesting.
It's just Batman stuff. He's not showing nearly as much dong as Captain America did, though,
No.
in that
Do you
recent
think, like,
outfit.
Is this something that like James Gunn has to sign off on? Has he had multiple meetings about Hot Bat Summer?
I don't know, but remember when he first was starting to do that, and he was like, "Oh, DC stuff is going to be interconnected, even the video games."
Right.
Like, oh, you don't know how video games work, because that's definitely not going.
Then again, you see
to
Hot Bat
happen.
Summer, and it's like maybe he does understand how video games work. Maybe he's a
this
genius.
is all his. I think he's on damage control over there still after Supergirl bombed, so he might have other things to worry about. All right, Nintendo says it shouldn't have to pay back players if it gets tariff refunds from the U.S. government.
No.
Nintendo is seeking the dismissal of a class action lawsuit filed by players Gregory Hoffert and Prashant Sharon, who argue that any tariff refunds Nintendo recovers from the U.S. government should be passed on to consumers. The initial price increases on Switch hardware, $30 to $50, were tied to tariffs imposed to China after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled against the implementation of these tariffs. Nintendo sued for a refund in March 2026. Nintendo's legal team contends that customers agreed to the retail price at the time of purchase and received exactly what they paid for, noting that pricing decisions involved multiple factors beyond tariffs, including labor, memory, and shipping costs. It seems very unlikely that Nintendo will lose this. Typically, the companies and individuals have complete freedom to set their own prices. Had Nintendo charged a tariff fee separate from the price, that might be different.
Right.
Yeah, I think Grub's spot on here. I don't think that we're going to get this money passed on to us.
No, that's the
I
crucial
agree.
thing.
No company should pay anything back. I totally agree. I think all the companies should keep all of the extra money that they forwarded along to consumers because that was the right thing to do.
Mhm.
It's fair. It's most of course it's fair. I mean, how could it not be fair? This is the best. No notes. This entire situation, no notes.
Thank you, CEO Jeff Bakalar.
You're quite
I think
welcome.
I would
Join
assume
Giant Bomb
that's. I would assume that's why every company says due to changing economic environments, climates, whatever the hell they always phrase as. Because if they point to one particular thing and then thing changes, everyone's like, well, wait a second, you said this was because of thing, but now thing is not that way. And they say, nah, dog, we said because of whatever the hell is going on, we're just charging you more. And that's how Nintendo gets their lawyers in there and says, you agreed to this. You gave us that money because you wanted to. Of course, Nintendo is always going to do the shitty thing when it comes to the lawyers and everything.
It's fucking ridiculous. Billions and billions of dollars have already been refunded. And consumers will see zero, not a penny of any of that shit.
And if Nintendo had to, they might just do what they did in way back when the FTC was like, oh, you fixed prices for the NES. Nintendo's like, don't worry, we'll pass on the consumers by giving them a $5 coupon they could then go buy a new $50 video game and actually just give us more money.
Right. We need an ambassador program for the Switch too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I realized that people are still willing to pay $8 for a tub of cream cheese, I knew it was over. The same COVID cream cheese pricing is in effect. Cream cheese, for whatever reason, skyrocketed during the height of COVID to over $8 a tub, and it has not changed since. And this is why we will never have nice things.
Is this our economy marker now? Is the price of a tub of cream cheese?
Yeah, even the Cyclops is just loaded with his cave full of that cream cheese. You can't get enough of that stuff.
When the AI, when the end of that movie AI, when the aliens come back and they're sort of like doing the autopsy on civilization, they'll be like, oh, it started with the cream cheese. The second cream cheese became pornographically unaffordable. That was the downfall of civilization. It's it. We're cooked. Game over.
All right, a couple other things here. Applications open for the Duskbloods network test. You can apply from July 22nd to July 28th. The actual test will run from August 21st to 24th with matches supporting up to 8 players. Even if I don't get in this thing, I'm just going to be so happy to finally have people play this game and explain to me what it really is.
And hear about it.
Right. Like, I love From Software games a lot, but I like them as single player games, and like maybe I'll do some co-op with friends. I know a lot of people like Night Rain. That didn't super hit for me, so I'm being pretty guarded about Duskbloods, even though it's Miyazaki directing it, so that should get me really excited, but I just don't know.
Oh, I can't imagine that. Just communication push and pull between Nintendo and From Software, who has more clout. What are they going to get, like a Treehouse Live of this? Like, how are they actually going to show this off? Is it just going to be us squinting at Twitch streams trying to understand what we're looking at for everything going on here?
Yeah. Have they said if there will be a way to just play it single player?
No.
Or is it going to be like, because I just never even touched Night Rain. I just have no interest if it has to be a multiplayer thing.
I don't think it's not multiplayer in that way that you're thinking, Dan. It's more like invasions in previous FromSoft games are just always active. Yeah, that's basically how. So presumably you'll still have to match make. Like, it'll still be an always online game, but you're not like teaming up with people per se.
Okay, so I don't have to like put a headset on to play this.
Although, Mike Minotti, call it right now. Will this game incorporate game chat in a big way?
I mean, as a Switch 2 exclusive, kind of why wouldn't it? A multiplayer Switch 2 exclusive. Nintendo loves pushing game chat still. Maybe we'll get fun avatars like in Star Fox, right? We're going to look like all these weird butt monsters and whatever else.
I call dibs on the butt monster. Yeah.
Nice. Similar vein here. Last thing, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls open beta on PS5 and PC July 24th to July 26th. Sean, I know when there was that first alpha or beta, a lot of people kind of played the game and had reservations, had critiques. So I guess everyone's pretty curious how the game is feeling now.
Right. Well, that's the neat thing about Arc System Works is that they're kind of the company trying their best to do everything right nowadays, where they do listen to the audience and look at what people are saying. They're looking at what streamers are saying, influencers, people on social media, and they even put out explicit polls when they do their betas and stuff to see like, hey, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? And from the people who have played the most recent builds, they say, oh, wait, they incorporated all of our feedback. That's sick. So this game apparently is really shaping up nicely. I'm looking forward to playing the beta this weekend because I thought, good bones there. Like there's a good base to Tokon, but I thought they went in a wrong direction with some of the stuff. Is a very auto combo heavy, so that's what leads to like a casual player saying it's mashy. Because auto combos were very good. It seems like there's a little bit more sauce. There's a little bit more reward in using some of the higher level gameplay mechanics, like how you tag in characters. Wasn't a tough incentive to tag in characters in this tag team fighting game. So I'm really excited to play this game this weekend and see how things have shaped up, especially because it's an open beta. Everyone can play it. The past few have been closed betas, and now this one is available for everyone to play this weekend on PS5 and PC. So I'm excited to see how it runs on PC as well.
I was like, awesome. About to be like, I can't wait to play it. Then I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in Portland, but that's all right. I'm going to hear
Steam
from
Deck
Sean
or something. You check it out.
I'm bringing my Steam Deck on PC. I'm bringing a dock. We'll play it on the B&B or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. We have ways to do this now, huh? All right. That's it for the news. Thank you again, Jeff, for getting all that ready for us.
Yes,
and
thank you, Grub.
Thanks, Grub.
Thanks,
Jeff.
BGC.
Yeah, other Jeff, I'm handing the show back over to you now.
Thank you. I will take it from you with both of my hands, and I will have it go look for the key. Good luck, show. It's not fun in there. We will take a break. When we come back, we're going to do some emails. We're going to do some super chats. And we'll take care of other business that we must address. All this and more on the other side of the break. Stay tuned. Gmails. That's right. We're only accepting Gmails.
Wow. Go to hell, Yahoo. Just piss
Eat
off.
shit, Hotmail.
Oh, God. AOL? You're cool. You can come in.
I got to say, I still see people with AOL emails.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Under the age of, 50, 60?
No. I'd say like some 40s for sure. It's usually like someone's dad.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I got to email this guy's dad. And he's like,
isn't it? Gosh. It's wild that little bit of time where AOL was the most important company in the world.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Totally.
for a while.
Yeah.
That's how we got online. Do you guys ever lose sleep about how many old email addresses and accounts that you just lost to time? Like, I probably have. Did you guys lose any? Like your first email account? I feel like I wish I could go in and read that.
And then like the college, the like ku.edu one or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to have access
because I definitely I have like AOL. I got a Hotmail one floating around there somewhere. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, once it was Gmail, like that has become the kind of forever email address thing now, right? That one is stuck around.
Yeah, although, man, they want you to hate it so much. I feel like
gosh.
They're trying to find new and inventive ways to make the enshittification of Gmail just put you in a freaking coma. I don't understand it.
Remember when Google was like kind of like new, like, oh, this is the real clean, like good search bar, and they're gonna make email like simpler, and we're all excited about it. And now you hear Google, and you just kind of your stomach churns a bit.
Do you guys are all these community questions and emails? They're all going to be really uplifting and fun, right? And make us optimistic.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm bracing for impact here.
They're usually fun.
Having not read any of them, yes. Yeah, my answer is yes.
Love it.
Thank you also to Jeff Grubb for curating the email section of the show today. Bombcast@giantbomb.com is the email address. Send us your emails. Send us your emails, your stories, your hopes, your dreams, your little, I don't know what. Just make sure it fits inside of an email, and we will consider it for broadcast. Michael from Vancouver says, Jan, Grubb, Mike, Dan, just not Bacalar. Cool.
Damn.
Perfect.
There's a reason for this.
Oh, so you've read ahead.
I just, I'm a prepared guy. All right. After I was done playing Elden Ring for a little bit,
someone struck a nerve. Okay. First time long. Congrats on the independent. You're the only light in my dull life, blah, blah, all the usual mushy stuff. Hey, Michael, you're living in Canada. You're doing all right. Listen, you all are going to be up my way for Mysterium soon. Okay. So now I know why I'm not there. I hope you get a chance to see this beforehand, because I have an idea of something I really think you should try to do while here, because you can make a video out of it and gently piss off Bacalar.
Just a little bit for fun.
You all should check out Next Level Pinball Museum. It's literally one of the largest collections of pinball machines in the world, and all on free play. I unfortunately haven't gotten the chance to go, but I've heard from friends that it is an amazing time. I would happily sign up for years worth of GB Premium if you guys get a video of your going there. I would gladly add a second year of premium for a video of Bacalar's first seeing the video of you guys going, after having no idea you had gone. Well, that part's not going to work out, but I'll still be happy to react. You guys should do that. Is the deal still good if I still react, Michael?
That should be good.
Know.
That should be good enough. Yeah.
Anyway, really hope you guys get to do this. If not, I still hope you have fun on the entire trip. Looking forward to all the great content you guys are making. Keep it up. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
I have heard of this place.
Yeah.
it's quite the destination. I don't know if you guys will have the capacity for it.
It's a little ways outside of Portland. When I was last in Portland, I wanted to go, and I was like, it's like a 30-minute drive, but probably worth it.
We'll see. Because like, we're road tripping up to Portland, and then once we're in Portland, we kind of have some things we need to do with Mysterium, hang out with some friends. I have a bit more extra free time on the last day, so maybe. But I'm kind of gonna look around, see if. I'll be honest. If I see something that also sounds cool that is closer to me, might just do that instead.
Oh yeah, Mike. I think we're both flying out late on Sunday, right? So maybe we could get into something on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll get into some trouble, buddy. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
you guys
go
are
paint the
crazy.
town red,
Let's get into trouble.
Let's make some memories and maybe a few regrets.
I like this guy.
There's no danger. I'm sorry, Mike, but I do not sense any danger whenever
we'll
talk.
probably look for a tiki bar. Is what we'll
Yeah.
do.
Jump
You
cut to you
guys-
two drinking in a hotel watching MacGruber.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
No.
You won't even jaywalk, dude.
We're more interesting than that, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be Gremlins too. My bad.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, write that down. Write that down.
Honestly, that is the thing. Like Mike, I'd let you watch Dib indefinitely. I know he'd be safe and be well taken care of, and you guys would have a great time. I'm not worried about any danger, so that's a
That's
good
fair.
thing, Mike. Right?
Good. Yeah, I'm not a dangerous person.
You're not a danger.
Ben,
You're just a
Ben, we
danger
have,
to hugs and cuddles. That's it.
Ben,
There
have
it
you done
is.
that lit pinball bar here?
Yeah, a little while
It's
ago.
good.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
old Liquor Lyles. Yeah. It's. I wonder if that'd be up to Bacalar's standards or not. I think it's pretty good. Seems
Yeah.
to be
How
well
often are you
put together.
disappointed by a pinball bar?
Not often. I mean, I'm also like super well served where I am. I've got the Jersey Shore. I've got like, proximity to some of these places in Manhattan and in Brooklyn. Like there's a lot of it where I am. So I've never been I don't think I've ever been disappointed. I'm disappointed when a place says they have pinball and by that they mean 2 games. You don't have pinball.
Yeah,
you
should
2
look up this lit.
games.
It's LITT Pinball Bar. It's got a lot of pinball. It is very much a pinball themed bar.
I mean, I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm too close to the explosion here, but man, it does feel like pinballs have been having a moment for the last decade or so.
I agree. Are they always just sold out? Or are they so expensive that they found the right market? Because I feel like it's having a moment, but I feel like you never need to advertise or promote anything. I just feel like takes so long to make that I don't know. Are they flying off shelves?
They don't take that long to make. They're assembly production. I mean, it depends on what you're asking. You could go out and buy one right now if you want. It's just some of them are limited production. So there's major manufacturers and then there's smaller boutique manufacturers. And oftentimes the boutique manufacturers sell out of their allocation and their production run rather quickly, which can be frustrating for sure. But like the big ones like Stern and Jersey Jack, like you can always pretty much buy one. Feel
So
good
expensive.
now? You're gonna.
I do.
They're
I
not
feel
cheap.
great.
They're not cheap. They are not cheap. But they're affordable to own. I'll say you don't need to do that much maintenance on them, especially if you've got one in the house that's not going to get too much play. All right, Travis in Fargo. Travis sends in 5 questions and we pick one. Would you rather have to say hell yeah 69 anytime you saw the number 6 or 9, or explain your stance on the Oxford comma anytime someone asks you how you're doing or how it's going?
It's
just
definitely the first one, dude, because I already do that. Come on now.
Well, now you do it every time you see 69. This is now every time you see 6 or 9.
That's what you think, Mike.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
that reminds me of a bigger number. Yeah.
I mean, look, based off how it's going in my house with that number anyway, this would not be a big departure from what my normal day is like right now. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Can I say it like they do in Bill and Ted, at least like 69 dudes? Right?
Yes.
Like, yeah, that'd be fun.
I think
they
that's
make
fair.
69 jokes in Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I first heard like the 69 jokes in I feel like the late 90s. I didn't know they existed in Bill and Ted times.
Yeah, no one had ever done it before. Yeah.
I mean, the ending of the first film is them inventing 69ing. I think, if I remember correctly.
That's how they make the world peace.
I haven't seen it. You could be telling the truth.
Man, someone should just get a 69 dudes. Just like a tattoo of that might be all right. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that movie.
That movie's all right. Okay. So yeah, we all agree saying 69 way better.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stand
No
out,
doubt.
stand out less, I think.
Yeah, real answer is the other one is way too obnoxious. No way.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. David in New Jersey, bada bing. Please have Mr. Jeff Bakalar administer this quiz for Mike versus Grub. I think Dan may have lived in Jersey. No, right? You've never lived in
Briefly
Jersey.
while I was looking for a place in New York City, but yeah.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I've spent
Okay,
a ton of time there thanks to the Bronx family, but
Yeah, of course. I still think this quiz you will be completely perfect for being a contestant. I think everyone should follow along.
Sure.
Great.
These are real versus fake rest stop names along either the Parkway or the Turnpike in New Jersey. I'm gonna say I think I know this 100%, but I will go with you guys and give it. Okay, so I'm gonna read 10 names. You tell me whether or not it's a real ass or fake rest stop name on either the Parkway or the Turnpike. The Turnpike is I-95, right? And the Parkway is a different road that brings you down to the shore. Okay, here's the list. Number 1, James Gandolfini service area, real or fake?
Fake.
I bet they named one after him as like a thing of honor. Real.
They definitely did. I remember passing that one. That's like the main one I passed. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's up near you. Yes, that is real. Good job. That's in Montvale. Okay. Number 2, Kevin Smith.
No fucking way. There
Well,
shouldn't be.
no.
He's from Jersey, so
He's
why
certainly
don't know?
from
I
Jersey.
would
but
tear down all the signs if I saw that.
Oh,
I've
come
listened to him
on.
podcasts for thousands of hours, and he's never mentioned it once. So therefore, there's no
Oh,
way.
it would come up. Okay, now
It would
okay.
totally come up.
All right, yeah. No. Thank you, Ben.
It is fake, but I think there's a world where that becomes a reality one day.
Yeah.
Oh God, no. Jesus.
Number
Shut up,
wow.
Dan.
Tell us how you
He's
really
never made
feel.
anything good.
Dan,
Dogmo's all right. Dogmo's all right.
he was second unit director on the Odyssey. Well, what can I possibly say to convince you otherwise?
Yeah, no, he sucks.
Because movies aren't good, no. But
Yeah. What a
sometimes he's
brave
fun to
take.
listen
That's
to.
his thing. He's a movie maker.
He's
And
a
all his movies
podcaster
are bad.
Mallrats is not a bad movie. You're insane.
It's
Yeah.
fine. It's
These
serviceable.
movies are good if you're
fine.
17. Come on, it was
Yeah,
fun for a
what's
while.
that?
there.
Even then, no.
I,
Yeah,
don't know,
Clerks
I
is
liked
good
them when
too.
I was a teenager.
Clerks
yeah.
is fun. It's fine. No one cares. Kevin. Okay, we did Kevin Smith. Number 3, Alexander Hamilton. I know the answer to this one.
I could say yeah on that.
Then yes.
He's in New York though, but it's close enough. Sure, we'll say yes.
I'll say yeah.
Sean, do you even care, Sean? Do you even
Not
care
even a
about
little bit.
Alexander? No, not even. It is real.
Woo!
Okay.
It's Secaucus.
Alexander Hamilton.
Some
Take it
people
away,
from around
Mike.
here say Sea Caucus. I say Secaucus. Number 4. It's a good one. Joe Pesci.
It's been,
Real
it's been
or
yes,
fake?
no,
I
I
yes,
could say
no.
a yes on that.
I think it's
He was in some
no.
very big movies.
It
I could
should
say
be,
yes.
but I don't think it is.
I think it's
I'll
a
say
no.
yes.
No so far.
It is fake. There is not a Joe Pesci.
Oh,
Damn,
damn, you're
there
There
out.
should agreed. There should be.
Yeah.
There is not. Number 5, John Bon Jovi.
That
That feels right.
Oh,
That
That's
feels
gotta
right.
be.
Oh,
Right, they're gonna
yeah.
rename the state after him soon. So yeah,
Time
the
this
rest
is
stops
bait.
this
Time
Pump
way.
this
the
is
Sorry.
brakes. Pump the brakes, Minotti. We're not naming the whole state after this guy.
Yeah, that's what you say. Gosh, you're right though, Sean. It might be a fake out because it's like so. Of course, there should be
It's
one. All
obvious, but
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
look at the
yes.
next one. I think this one's bait.
right, I'm gonna say yes.
Oh.
Yes for Bon Jovi.
Yes. We all yes.
Yeah.
It is real.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mile 124 in Cheesequake is
Oh,
the John Bon Jovi rest area. Yeah, man,
it-
we got weird names.
Is it like halfway
How
to
do
the
we not
shore?
have Cheesequake? What is
I'm
this?
sure you do. I'm sure
Yeah.
you do. What's
It's
that?
somewhere.
Is it halfway to the shore so that when you're at the rest stop, you can go, oh, we're halfway there.
That's pretty good. I'll even give you a couple points for that, even though you
Thank you.
probably shouldn't get that. Yeah, it's actually like perfectly central in the state. I want to say
Oh,
where that
it's
location
halfway to
is.
everything.
Hey.
I mean,
There, yeah.
Go
everything's
Force.
halfway to something.
Give or take. Give or take. Okay, number 6, Bruce Springsteen.
That has to
just
be.
It's just in Asbury
Yeah.
Park on
Just name
Sunday.
City Hall after
Yeah,
him.
I know.
Yeah,
I know
Bon
what you mean,
Jovi's
Sean,
got it.
by bait, but it'd be
Right.
shocking if not. I'm gonna
gotta
say. I gotta say yes. We also have to break this yes no pattern at some point here. But I think this is a yes.
Fake. It is not.
Whoa!
There's no proofs yet. Now,
That's why he's
obviously-
so depressed.
It's got to be like a more
Obviously-
important thing or something, right?
More important. Yeah. Well.
Than a rest stop.
Yeah, I feel
you
like
can
when you
get
get a
both.
rest stop named after you, it's not an insult, but it's just kind of like not the best. It's where people race to shit, right?
Right.
So it's like,
But
Like, I feel like Springsteen's got to be like the governor at this point, right?
yeah, I don't know. He's gonna get a bridge, maybe.
The bridge is
Yeah.
good.
I'll take a bridge over a rest stop, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
But only one of those is going to have a Wendy's.
Mm.
I know, or Roy Rogers. Number 7, Whitney Houston.
Feels right.
I know she's
Yeah,
from
can't be no
Jersey.
again.
There should be, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet yes.
Yes, mile 142, Vauxhall. There is the Whitney Houston rest stop. Number 8, Danny DeVito.
It should be.
Should be, but
Should
no.
be,
I'll
but
say
I bet
yeah.
no.
I'll say
I
yeah.
bet no. Not yet.
Danny DeVito's gonna get he's gonna get a town named after him, not a freaking rest stop. There's no Danny DeVito rest stop.
Mm,
Man, I'm not prepared for the passing of Danny. I'm not prepared for that.
I've been thinking about that for a lot of these people.
I'm-
It's like,
I'm
it's going to
just-
hit hard.
I mean, I think what is he, 81, 82, something like that? I'm just
That's
I don't know.
wild.
Is that old?
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's
Taxi
just
marathon.
What an absolute treasure, legend. Number 9, Connie Chung.
No.
Doesn't feel right.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna go against the grain.
Okay. The answer, yes. Connie Chung rest stop is real. It's at mile 153 in Brookdale North. That is a real ass thing. Good job, Michael Minotti.
Thank you.
Number 10. This is just for me, I guess. Martin Brodeur, who is
That hockey
the
player?
legendary Devils 3-time Stanley Cup winning goalie.
Oh, that seems important. I'm gonna say yes then.
No.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Shit.
He's from Montreal. I mean, I don't know. I don't
Uh,
know why that would be there, but he was a Devil for a while. He'll probably get like a street. He'll probably get like a cul-de-sac, maybe
All
something
right.
like that for Marty. There you have it. Thank you, David. That was a lot of fun. I hope for everyone listening. Lovely stuff. All right, moving along. Mike from Loveland. Hello, captains of the Giant Bomb. Would you rather own a plane or a submarine?
Man,
Plane.
I need so much more info than that. Like,
That's
what
all we
kind
got.
Of plane? Do I get a pilot? Like,
They have a runway.
I think
Can
you got to
yeah.
learn either way. You got to learn
Yeah.
to drive this thing.
Plane.
You're not doing either, right? Like, I don't know how to
Yeah.
do either of these things. I can't even
I would
imagine what would
learn.
be easier. Maybe a plane might be easier than
I
a
don't know,
sub.
but like people are dying in those small planes all the time. I am
Yeah,
not.
people die in
doing that shit.
submarines.
Yeah, submarine
feel
is
like-
way scarier.
Yeah,
Mike,
I
think
agree.
remember that nightmare
remember.
on the little Nemo Finding Nemo ride at Disneyland when I wanted to
I thought you
die?
were going to talk about those people who got imploded on when they went to Titanic. Yeah, that was scary. That Finding Nemo ride, kind of fun though. I don't look. You can give me whichever one of them you want because I ain't using it. I ain't doing nothing with that.
Oh, I go
Plane.
airplane all the time. I
Airplane,
think about it all the
airplane.
time. It'd be
Yeah.
so fun just to
I'm
see
not-
the world from up there. I could do it. If
I'm not
the
going on a
fielder can do it, I
biplane.
can do it. Come
I
on.
ain't doing it.
Yeah. If John Travolta can learn how to fly a plane, I can learn how to fly a plane. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They almost got Harrison Ford with one of those. I'm shocked he just
Oh,
kind of
they
rolled
did,
out
yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, that was relatively recent too, right?
Yeah, it's weird to crash an airplane and be like, walk away.
Just walk
Like,
away
yeah.
from that. I guess, yeah, when you go down in one of those real small ones, you're probably not going super fast, but still, it's a plane crash. What
It's a
the
plane
fuck?
crash.
What the fuck?
I ain't doing it. No
Yeah.
way. But I got
Um,
the big bopper.
Yeah, we're all thinking about that a lot. Okay. Sorry, Mike. Okay, let's see. We could skip around a little bit. We don't need all these fucking things. All right, Simon from Saskatchewan.
I agree.
Here's a depressing thought
No.
that will make some people feel old. In the first Austin Powers movie, he was frozen for 30 years from 1967 to 97. It's almost 30 years since that movie now came out. When I saw it as a teen, I thought stuff from the 1960s looked so dated and old. I guess kids today think of 1997 like we did of 1967. Bacalar, what was 1967 like when you were a teen?
Get God.
There's nothing
fucking
I
God.
love more than original jokes. Okay.
Not as good as Metroid Prime 4.
So here's the thing, right? I do think there will be somewhat of a cutoff where like nostalgia will look different from the way we understand nostalgia. Stay with me now. We understand nostalgia through the shitty sort of like media that resulted right. Like there's obviously film, and film still looks really, really good, right? The resolution in film is excellent, but there is a lot of like footage from that time that looks grainy and shitty, and I think that colors our perception of the past accordingly. And I do think the same thing applies to 4x3. You know, like when I show, you know, did like old hockey highlights from the 90s, he's like, how did anyone even do this? I don't understand, right? Now, if you watch highlights from like 2005 when it was HD and looking pretty good, you're like, oh, okay, wow, this is still 21 years ago, but it looks freaking awesome. So I think there's a bit of a divide there, just to kind of unpack like what nostalgia is colored by.
I know what you mean, because like I remember, cause I think 24 was the first WrestleMania in HD, maybe, Dan, like just like a weird jump it is going back to watch the footage between the last not HD one and the first HD one.
Yeah, and there's also just a matter of years. It's like I feel like now I've got like younger cousins, and they're like in high school, and they'll wear like Nirvana and Guns N' Roses shirts, and it's like that's basically like wearing Beatles and Rolling Stones shirts when we were in high school, you know?
Right.
Kind of the same thing.
I'm turning 40 in December, and I was like thinking, wow, 40. When I was born 40 years ago was like pretty much the end of World War II, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, right. So it's weird how much 40 years is.
Yeah. I don't like thinking about the passage of time in this way when it comes to video games specifically, because the one that really fucks me up is we are further out from the launch of the Xbox 360 than the Xbox 360 is from the NES.
That's
just
right.
That's
See,
just
that doesn't
insane
freak
to me.
me out. No,
it feels like
that's
it's
wrong.
weird to me because I feel like just in terms of games and the way they look and stuff, like we've gone from like the 360 to now is like this, and the 360 to the NES is like this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's why
Like,
it was
in
so
terms of-
exciting there. Yeah.
Rapid evolutions in technology, so it makes sense if you think about it. But just thinking that there's the chance that a kid nowadays could look at an Xbox 360 game in the same type of way as we did NES games, you know, when we were teenagers or college students or whatever, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but again, they're only looking at it from the passage of time. I think the fidelity nostalgia conversation is a little different, just because like things got looking good quicker, right?
Yeah.
And they kind of like not plateaued, but they certainly reached a level of realism that is like widely acceptable now. Not to mention the fact of like how popular the sort of like aesthetic of yesteryear has become, that sort of you know, clouds the kind of like progression of stuff, right? Like think about also like 90 you know, kids now are like, yo, I found a point and shoot from 1997, and that's my go-to camera now. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna confuse the future. I don't know what to tell you. Like, everyone's just gonna be like, when was this photo taken? I don't understand. Right?
It's like there is definitely the diminishing returns or whatever. Because like Skyrim's gonna be 15 years old. You look at that, that might look like kind of an old game now. But in 2000, when we were playing like Final Fantasy X, a 15-year-old video game was Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
It's just wild.
Wow.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like fired up Max Payne like 1 or 2 the other day, and I was like, this fucking shit looks good. Like, this looks good. This ain't,
That's
you
cool.
know, I don't know.
Yeah,
What are
it'll
you
freak
gonna
you
say,
out when kids start to call it the 1900s. Talk about like, you know, with my nephews in particular, it's like, oh, did that happen in the 1900s? I'm like, yeah, it did, I guess. Yes, this game is from the 1900s. Sorry to tell you.
If you were, we really start calling this decade the 20s, which like I feel like I don't hear you, because when you say the 20s, I'm still thinking about the Roaring 20s. We got carriages without horses now, right? And you know, things like that.
Yeah, we got to get it rolling right here, right now. You can get it rolling. Or Bacalar, he's starting all the vocab trends in the world. What was
right?
it?
And he was there for the original 20s, so he could tell us.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
quick easy. Yeah.
I'm 106 years old. That's right, everybody. You got it right.
What was the phrase you said you claimed, or somebody in the community said you claimed? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Bacalar, come on. You said on the Beastcast, somebody said that you pioneered a phrase that was like
typing.
No. It was like,
Dick
come
something.
on, chat. What was it? It was
Weird
like
flex.
Weird flex.
Oh.
Yes.
You're
yes,
responsible
thank you.
for weird flex? You think you did weird flex?
No, I said it as a joke, very clearly.
I'm starting to believe you and be impressed.
As a listener, I did not
Somebody
take that
had
as
to
a joke.
say it first. Somebody had to be first.
Yeah, I'll take credit for that shit. Yep, it was me.
Wow. Oh, damn. What a flex.
Yeah. I have a friend who takes credit for the Morbius thing, and I don't know if I believe them.
Morbius? What?
The whole like Morbius, like going back to theaters and it becoming a meme. Yeah, they think they're responsible for that.
Oh,
People will land it there either way.
listen, you could look it up, right? It was 2007
I'll do some
when I said
research
weird
into
flex
that.
for the first time, and look,
Oh,
now it's like
yeah.
a thing all
Still
these
on
years
that.
later. Not my problem.
It's a thing.
Fucking catch up.
Well, somebody do some research on this. Look up Google search like results for weird flex before
Yeah.
that.
It's gonna be my face.
Yeah.
I had hair back then. I don't know if that helps.
It's crazy.
It was funny. I was like listening to my kid and his buddies having conversations about like who's been playing Fortnite the longest, and it was infuriating.
No.
It was these fucking kids. There's these stupid idiots.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm OG. I've been playing since 2019. I'm like, fuck
Jesus
you,
Christ.
little kid. Nobody fucking cares.
If they weren't playing back when it was Save the World as the only mode, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They
Right.
started
they're like,
playing-
they're like,
If
no,
they didn't
I'm
write the
OG.
Game Informer cover story about it.
Hell yeah. Dan and I were there in 2014
That's
playing that
right.
game, man.
Right? I said Fortnite's older than the three of you fucking assholes. Like, what are you
I
talking
don't
about?
like that. I don't like that one bit.
Mm.
Right? Doesn't that bother you? And they're like, no, I'm
Weird.
OG. You weren't alive for the first season, motherfucker. Okay? Shut up.
None of you are important.
Not yet, at least.
Ben, do you remember your reaction the first time you saw the Fortnite trailer? I think we were at Kyle Hilliard's place watching the Game Awards.
Hell yeah. I was all in on that because like it was what the VGA's 2011, 2010?
That sounds
2011?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cookie
and I
Beatty
was-
presented it, I remember, right?
Yeah, I was so into that trailer. I'm like, yeah, let me build a weird fort and defend
Right.
it. And I consider myself the world's first Fortnite super fan. I fell off immediately, but from that trailer, I was like, this is my game. I am all about
It
this.
was going to be Call of Duty Zombies, but with building. That was the original pitch.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
This is one of those moments where I remember you phrasing something specifically, and you said after the trailer, "This is everything I've ever wanted out of a video game."
Yeah,
and
I
I remember
like
we
building
gave you
forts.
shit for it, and we were like, "What do you mean? Like it's just like a teaser trailer?" And you're like, "You're building stuff during the day, and then you're defending it at night, and then
Yeah.
this is everything I've ever wanted from a video game."
Yeah, it was a fun idea.
Yeah.
And then they made it approachable for everybody
God.
and ruined it.
God, it's so funny that game is called Fortnite still, huh?
Yeah.
I don't even
Crazy.
play build mode.
I know. Yeah, me neither.
Oh, whatever.
good
I invented
times.
Fortnite. Listen. Eric from Massachusetts says, Grub recently mentioned on a podcast that he had a small kitchen island with a plug that is illegal. In Massachusetts, it's illegal to have a kitchen island without a plug.
Huh.
It is for a similar reason Grub gave for his island. One time someone plugged an appliance into the wall and sat it on the island, then walked through the cord. This made me think, what is the stupidest law or rule you've ever been subjected to?
Ooh.
At my college freshman dorm, I guess, we're not allowed to listen to music because it was a distraction. That's criminally insane.
Right,
I don't
weird.
understand that at all. The plugs in the island, I've heard of that. That's just like what code is, right? I guess, and code varies by state. I thought he was going to say it was because of like there's certain plugs that are in the kitchen. I think they're called like GFI plugs. Maybe there's like an electrician in chat that can keep me honest there. But I thought that was the discrepancy. I mean, look, in New Jersey, GFCI. Thank you, Foosbeck. In New Jersey, you can't pump your own gas.
Oh God, right.
Yeah.
So, which doesn't really concern me anymore. But like, that's always felt super crazy to the point where I've seen people get yelled at, not by like cops or anything, but like people who are running the gas. They're like, "Get back in your car," kind of shit. I've seen that happen in New Jersey.
Threatening
Yeah.
them to get back in their car. Stop helping.
Because think about it, if you're waiting at a gas station and there's like 4 other cars getting pumped and one of the pumps are open and you're waiting for the guy, like, and you got to be somewhere, like you might be there for 15 minutes. Like
That
that's,
sucks.
I guess that's,
I just-
it is annoying.
I looked it up. Mine is illegal. I have an illegal outlet on my kitchen island.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, as of
Calling the cops
2023,
right now.
they made some changes in 2023 to the Minnesota electrical code. They all have to be pop-ups installed on the countertop surface. Yeah, mine's on the side.
Oh,
Grub
so
was
why did they-
saying
Because
like
you
his
can't
is
trip on that. Yeah.
Grub
Yeah,
was saying
like-
like his is grandfathered in. I did see
Oh, okay.
yours as well.
Oh, if it's filed before July 1st, 2023, it can comply with the old one. Okay, so mine's grandfathered in electrical outlet. Okay, great.
Nice.
You're all clear. You're safe.
Have you guys?
You can sleep tonight.
my kiddos don't go to like a Montessori school, but I was amazed. Some parent was talking about their kid at a Montessori school, and they're like, "Well, you can't have characters on your shirts." I was like, "What is this? This seems like such an absurd rule. Like no characters, no princesses, no superheroes on like any clothing in certain Montessori schools."
A Montessori school like a cult thing? Like what is it?
I don't know if it's all. I think it's just some.
I don't think it's all.
Yeah, but can you imagine that?
Is that like a Scientology, like Montessori? Is that like a cult Scientology type thing?
I don't think so. I think it's just people trying to make their kids smart.
It's like a franchise nursery school.
Oh, it's like a company? Like Montessori is like a company?
Yeah, I forget. There is something there. I don't think it's like nefarious.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
Yeah, it's just more expensive, and you have to pack a lunch for the kid. And so, like, well, yeah, I don't want to do that. We're not going to be doing that. But like the idea that like you can like keep like the concept of Spider-Man outside of your school is such an insane idea.
I mean, mine was just straight up uniforms every day,
Oh, that sucks too.
Yeah.
I got it wrong. Chet's saying it's not a brand, it's just the style of teaching.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha. Weird. Okay. Can you imagine that, Mike? You wouldn't even be a Disney fan if you were.
I was thinking, like, what clothes could I wear?
Exactly. You'd have
There's a lot that have a character on them.
Now that I think about it, did go to he went to Montessori for a hot second when we were looking for a place, but he had to wear like a uniform at his first nursery school, which I thought was like not the best.
What is nursery? I've never heard that. What is nursery school?
Nursery school or like daycare, nursery
preschool?
School. It's like preschool before kindergarten.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, we had red shirt, blue pants was the uniform, but then like twice a year basically you'd have a dress down day, and that's where I could wear my finest Razor Ramon shirt.
It's just monetizing like a thing to like, oh, we're gonna have you buy our equipment.
Yeah, I had to do that at Catholic school when I was growing up. It was a lot of plaid.
Oh, interesting.
All right. Well, hey, that's the email section of the show. Thank you, everyone who wrote in. Bombcast@giantbomb.com. Mike Minotti, do we have any super chats?
We got a few here. Let's see. Zombie Porn says, Mike said yesterday was 10% Elden Ring and 90% work. He played Elden Ring for 4 hours going by the VOD. So he worked 36 hours yesterday by that math. All right, look, guys, I wasn't exactly doing the calculations in my head. All right,
a little bit of bit Elden Ring.
Yeah. I'm like, Hogan, I wrestle 400 days a year because of the time.
Yes. Mike, I didn't know you did Elden Ring for a sixth of the day, dude. Oh my god.
Again, it was supposed to be a short little stream. Then I got on that freaking Malika fight, which is really it's a hard fight. It's really fun.
Oh, I get it.
I would not have been able to sleep. Just like, well, I'll pick this back up later. I had to beat that guy. God, it was so good.
What time? Do you mind if I ask you what time did you get to bed last night? No judgment.
Don't believe his lies.
I'm trying to think, like 3 a.m. Then I guess by the time I did that and then wrapped up some other things, 3 a.m.
Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern. Then got up at 8:30 to make sure the review was good.
It's a mystery why you're dragging today.
That's rough.
Could be anything. Could be anything.
5.5 is rough.
It's a little rough. It's a little bit rough. Rough on Mikey's. Zombie Port also says, so Todd Howard is 55. Will he even be at Bethesda by when Fallout 5 comes out? Also, who's the new Starfield DLC for? Greg Miller and AJ Minotti. Somebody made a comment, I can't remember where, that my brother and Greg Miller should do a Starfield podcast that only ends once Greg Miller realizes AJ isn't me.
Yeah. I mean,
very good.
Jason Schreier had an interview with Todd Howard as part of, I think, kind of their campaign to be like, all right, Jason Schreier's leaking all this stuff about Fallout. Let's just freaking give him Todd Howard to talk to here. And in that interview, Todd Howard said that he didn't want to retire. That years ago he was debating it, and now he's like, a bunch of old timers are still making games, so I'll just stay here till I'm 90. That's fine.
Sure.
Ben, was it Todd Howard and Notch? Was that the notorious you putting them in a room and like, this will be magic, fireworks, let's roll cameras? And it was just super fucking awkward.
This will be magic. Yeah, it's E3 2011 where I was like lining up developer one-on-ones. It's like, oh, it's cool. Like not to be in there, just like developer one-on-ones, and they can chat about whatever they want. This would be great. And so cameras were rolling, and Todd Howard and Notch got in the room together. And this was when Notch was really cool and down to earth. He was like a really, at the time, seemed like a sweet nerdy guy.
Everyone used to think Notch was cool, right?
Right. Yeah. And then he like bought a fancy house filled with candy rooms and started dropping C-bombs. But anyways, yeah, that was the idea at E3. And so recorded this interview with them, and it was a bit tense. It turns out Todd Howard did not understand what it was. Like, he thought that it was going to be like moderated in some way. Like, no, the idea is just like YouTube, just like shoot the shit. And PR, believe it or not, Bethesda was furious. Todd Howard was furious. And I was like, I went back and checked like all communication. Like, I explained what this was. That's on you guys. But in the chaos of E3, I guess they didn't understand that, like, no, it's a one-on-one. Like, Todd, you have to smile and ask questions about Minecraft.
And didn't you just do impossible work to, like, you edited it, that's impossible to say, edited it in a way that made it seem kind of like it's on YouTube, right? And like,
yeah, it's on. You can watch it. It's
terrible.
fine. He was fine. I mean, there are a couple beats that I had to take out of Todd, like looking at me behind the camera, being like, anything else? What the fuck am I doing? But then Todd Howard, he was quite pissed apparently. And then he sent a follow-up email once the comments started coming in. He said, it's okay, I guess. It can stay online. The kids seem to like it. Was his phrase.
Oh,
thanks, kids seem to like it.
Kids seem to like it.
I remember that phrase is burrowed into my skull.
What a hip and in-touch thing to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great idea. Like, I get how you did that.
Because like Skyrim,
come on, like, you two make very important video games. You don't have something to talk about for a little bit.
Right. You know, it's just a lesson in communication, I guess. Of just
I guess
check.
I'm a little confused. What was he so mad about? Like, that wasn't structured?
Because I think in his mind, he's like, Game Informer interview, and then he walks into the room and he's like, what do you mean I need to think? And to be fair to Mr. Todd Howard, I'm sure I'm sure he was fried, exhausted, E3, you're doing 1,000 things. Suddenly it's like, wait, what is this? I need to ask about Minecraft, a game that I probably haven't even fucking played. You know, I understand it, you know? But
I'm looking at this video right now. Did you guys think it was a good idea to like not have a 2-shot at any point? What was going on here?
Well, it's a good question. I forget about the cinematography of it, but we had
2
cameras.
Come on.
And me running back and forth between the 2 cameras in a very dark, weird room.
That's funny. Yeah, go check it out. We'll put it in the show notes or something.
Yeah, sure.
That's wild. What a weird thing. I think it's a good idea, though. It is.
Hey,
maybe not with
did the Molyneux one with Sean Vanneman, right?
Yeah, we kept this rolling for a while. Yeah, they're really fun to just. We still do it at MinMax now. Do like developer one-on-ones, but it's kind of a cheeky one-on-one because I'm technically there too to like kickstart the conversation if I need to, which I think makes developers feel a little bit better than just like spotlight's on, go. You know, it's like they're not. Are you ever disappointed by that when you listen to like, you know, director on director interviews? The DGA does this podcast series, and it's like, oh my god, it's Steven Spielberg talking to Paul Thomas Anderson. This is gonna be the greatest conversation ever. And the questions are just like, where'd you get your ideas from? It's like, no, you're directors. Like, dive in the weeds. It's always a bummer when these great minds just cannot come up with like a specific, unique question.
I think they're just guarded. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, here now. The McLean says Portland is the best pinball city in the world. Do you dispute this, Bacalar?
I don't dispute it. I'll take it under consideration. I feel like I've not heard that a lot. But I'm willing to believe it. I haven't been to Portland in a long time. So next time I'm there, I'll make a final judgment and I will let the chatter know.
You'll let McLean know. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Woke Gabagool Boy says, FYI, the Riccio 4K Blu-ray is genuinely fantastic.
I already pre-ordered it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
What do you mean? What do you mean genuinely fantastic?
You've seen the film, Bacalar.
I know. I'm hyper familiar with the film. What is going on in this 4K version of it that wasn't in the thing we saw?
Even if it's just the same thing, that sounds
But
incredible.
just having that 4K transfer, right? Like,
Sure.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Time out. You mean to tell me they shot that movie on film?
Well,
They've spent money on film and having it developed, and they sat in like color corrections sessions. They're like, no, this is a good idea. Yeah. When he's getting ground up by that meat thing. Yeah. That's like really okay. Cool.
And then lastly here from Zombie Porn again says, also shout out Chuck Towski's Twitch streams. Yes, Chuck has been streaming on Twitch a bit more lately and been doing some classic games. He's doing Thief the Dark Age, which is a game I've been meaning to play for a long time now. So yes, be sure to check out Chuck Towski on Twitch, everybody. And there we go.
All right. There you have
Dark Project, not the Dark Age. Thank you, Chuck. Oh, that's embarrassing for me.
Dodge a bullet there, Mikey.
Woof, woof.
That's gonna do it for the giant bombcast. Ben Hansen, it's been a goddamn pleasure. The door's wide open for you to join us anytime you want. You passed the
But you
test,
have to tell us 10 minutes before we go live.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Whenever, yeah, I appreciate the invite. More heads up would be great, but I'm honored to be here, and you all are doing an awesome job in the independent era of Giant Bomb. It's really, I'm amazed how much stuff you guys are getting out the door, and the community seems to be loving it. So hats off to y'all.
You're right. I agree. It's too much.
Come on, tell the folks at home.
Yeah, tell us about you.
Yeah, supporting independent games media, as Jeff Grubb and I like to say. Yeah, it's a great way to go. We're at patreon.com/minmax with 2 wins. You could jump in at any tier, find something that's sustainable for you. Otherwise, the biggest and best thing you can do that's very easy is just subscribe to MinMax's YouTube channel or to the podcast, The MinMax Show, 2 N's in honor of Minnesota. This week we have Giant Bomb alum Lucy James joining us, talking about some underappreciated gems from 2026. We're going to have a full crew on there. And this coming Monday, we have Trivia Tower, which is our trivia show that the community gets to compete in to win game codes and more. And so it's going to be a fun crossover episode. We've competed against the Giant Bomb community, I think a couple times, right?
Yeah. That's why I had to have that shirt, right?
You got to wear that shirt with the doll strap to it. Yeah. Oh, the best. Yeah. But then this coming Monday, we're going up against Into the Aether, one of my favorite video game podcasts. And so that entire community. So Monday, July 27th, 7:30 p.m. So if you support MinMax on Patreon, and even that $2 tier, you can compete in game trivia and win some great codes for stuff like Denshattack, Star Ocean 2 on Switch 2, and a bunch more stuff. So yeah, it's a great time to jump in and support us and compete in some game trivia and win some fun stuff.
Ben, how do you think you netted out in the camping conversation?
Like great question.
When the dust all settles, and we have to look at you and Dan and who is, and
Leo really, Vader was there too.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, but everyone's giving Leo a pass. Like Leo did fine.
He's the most likable son of a bitch we've ever seen in our lives. It's really not fair.
But in terms of like who was the less prepared and competent, like
I am mad you didn't bring a knife.
Yeah, I did not bring. Yeah, I get that.
I want to defend myself here too, because I think the chasm in I think Hansen should know more. He grew up an adventurous young lad playing hide and seek among the hay bales. I never left the house. We never went camping. We never went on trips. Hansen should know this stuff. I have a reason for my ignorance with camping.
I grew up in the country and went camping multiple weeks, like in Yellowstone and stuff every summer.
So did you forget, or?
I just am not good at learning anything physical. I was amazed. Okay. So this is a camping video, by the way, on MinMax YouTube channel. Dan Reichert joined us very graciously and made a wonderful time. The comments at times were more aggressive than Nintendo and Xbox fanboys. The camping fanboys came out in the comment section in a way that I was not expecting.
That's engagement. That's good.
I think I know why. I know why. I think what was on display was just a level of unawareness that freaked me out in a way that I was I was kind of just triggered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like watching, a caveman try and program a website. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it without skipping ahead. It was rough.
People just have strong opinions. People were like, "You are an asshole. You can't bring."
Well, I didn't.
No. I know you weren't saying that.
Don't read my comments online right here.
But you can't bring an inflatable bed and put it inside your tent. That's not camping. I'm like, the cozier you can make it seems like a win. You're not defiling the sacred name of camping.
You did say that would fit 4 people, that tent, and it sounds like you and Leo were shoving your feet in each other's faces the whole night.
Well, we simply had to 69 with our feet the entire night. There was no other option there. But yeah, there are a couple comments that made me laugh. One was hey, the rise of films and stuff that's competency porn? This is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And then someone said they needed to go get a testosterone shot after watching a video. So it's cool. Yeah, they get it. But I had a lovely time. I'm so glad we went, Dan.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I'm surprised you survived.
Befriended animals.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're in that video? Yeah.
There's the kind of final third is just us petting deer, and it's the best place up in Fondo Rosa is the name of that place, right on the border of Wisconsin and Minnesota. It's
a wild
amazing.
Deer?
It's like a huge outdoor zoo type of thing where there's deer just kind of roaming around. It's it's weird. You get to pet deer and feed them. It's kind of like Nara in Japan. It's like a famous kind of deer petting zoo. It's basically that, but right in
A lot
Wisconsin.
more
there.
fucked up ducks.
A lot of fucked up ducks there.
What do you
Wolves
mean, like
sprinting
whole- like-
around for a while.
They kind of just
Why
got
are-
like the weirdest looking birds, you know? So it's just like ducks with big inflated feet and scary looking eyes, that type of thing.
Crazy
Yeah.
faces, yeah.
stranger
Maybe
than
that's
normal?
Satan.
Okay.
Yeah, much stranger than normal. Yeah, but
Mhm.
I recommend checking it out. So
You got
I think
goats?
Dan
I love goats.
goats got a lot of cool goats, but yeah, Dan got the worst in that video comments wise. Every once in a while, I'm like, hey, I should get some defense for like I'm the one who got that fishing pole working, and I had a good cast there. You know, like I'm not a complete failure. I can do basics.
Well, I have fished many times as a child, but
Yeah.
every single rod I'd ever seen had a fucking button, and you let go when you cast it.
Yeah,
you were
those are
doing
like
some
beginner rods,
voodoo with
yeah.
fucking holding a string and flipping it and letting like it was insane.
But real fishing is what. Yeah. Nothing could possibly be more egregious than Dan's like terror at you cooking a hot dog over a fire.
You're right.
You're
Real
just
baby
insane.
stuff.
Just insane.
Caution is the word.
You were
not
like
terror.
physically afraid
Caution. Err
that
on
this
the side
hot
of
dog was
caution
going
and
to
all
blow up and hurt
things.
you.
No, I don't. I stay away from danger. Is the thing.
No, and I do think that's the place where Ben comes out ahead a little bit.
Thank
you
so much.
Thank you so
much.
If we're just
Just-
calling balls and strikes here, I mean, you know.
Yeah,
Just
hook me up to an
again-
EKG. I was not scared of a hot dog at any point during that
I
filming.
Yeah.
So.
Hook me up too. I wasn't scared of that hot dog.
Oh,
I was
I'm
just
gonna
being
hook you
careful.
up, buddy.
scared.
I was just
You
being
looked
careful.
really scared.
I was being
You're sweating
careful.
bullets.
Careful.
Just
It's not-
seemed
you're
like it was
right.
getting kind of bulbous, and there was hot juices, and I was just asking questions.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, who can blame you? Folks, that's going to do it for the giant Bombcast. Again, thank you to Ben Hansen. Thank you to Dan. Thank you to Minotti, Sean as well, Chuck, Will. Hope we see Grub and Jen back very soon. That's going to do it. We'll see you next time. Have a great week. Bye-bye.